You say you need a timer, I think you mean a buyout, cause it's pretty clear you're on your way out. And though I understand it's hard sometimes to make up your mind in these trying times, yeah, I just can't accept you leaving me when I'm overseas with the heart so heavy. Think that I deserve the truth for once, not a guilty tone, cause you're not alone, yeah. You said you wanna come home, but I know you don't. So this time I won't hear it on the phone. If you got something to say to me, then say it to my face. What it's all about, why you're bailing out. Think you owe me an apology. Just say it to my face. You're sorry. You're so some friends for you, cause you couldn't stand it, me all independent, so you had to have me for yourself. That was when I trusted you, when I could add up 2 and 2, when you promised we'd be together, you, me, forever. Now there's nothing left to lose. And though I understand it's hard sometimes to make up your mind in these trying times, yeah, I just can't accept you leaving me when I'm overseas with the heart so heavy. Think that I deserve the truth for once, not a guilty tone, cause you're not alone, yeah. You said you wanna come home, but I know you don't. So this time I won't hear it on the phone. If you got something to say to me, then say it to my face. What it's all about, why you're bailing out. Think you owe me an apology. Just say it to my face. You're sorry. You're so 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 sor apology. Just say it to my face, you're sorry. You're so sorry. You're so sorry. You're so sorry. Say it to my face, you're sorry. This time I think I got it. This love was overrated. No more infatuated. And I blame it on you, I blame it on you, yeah. This time I hope you get it. In love you shouldn't fake it, no. I'm old enough to take it. So just say it to me, say it to me. So this time I won't hear it on the phone. If you got something to say to me, then say it to my face. What it's all about, why you're bailing out. Think you owe me an apology.
it's alright. Don't know why I could not see. We have to stay together now. Save me some time. Come help me find the light. I am looking for a fire to keep me on the line. Yeah, a fire with a dazzling light. And I don't know if I am closer. Still looking for a fire in the end of the night. So don't hide it, 'cause I know that you do. I know that you do. Gotta find it now. I gotta find it now.
So casually keep diving into concrete, so bittersweet, huh? Keep losing sleep while driving in the backseat. What's left of me? Drowning in what feels just like an ocean. Negativity is getting closer. Hard to keep the heat when it gets colder, you know. Sometimes everything just gets hard. Sometimes everything just gets harder. Feeling like I'm missing some parts. Days just keep on getting much darker. Even when I'm down in the lower, I remember what you were saying. Sometimes all you need is a spark, and maybe just a better kind of bitter, bitter. Lose gravity, I'm swimming in the quicksand, up to my knees. Keep losing sleep, I'm manic, dream at midnight.
What's going on, y'all? What's going on? It's J Red Unfiltered, and we are back with another video, guys. So I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I thought we were gonna get a little break from Miss Fanny, but she just won't stop, and that's the truth of the matter. Fanny won't stop, and what can we say? She's just, this woman is a classic example of a hyena in a dress, because she's so vicious, she's so ferocious, and she won't stop. She won't stop, even though her ship is going down. Fanny will not stop. And to be honest, it's really funny to just sit here and watch and see just how far she's willing to go. It's hilarious. I'm just gonna be honest with you. It's funny. It's funny. And like I said, we're gonna have a good show, because we're gonna go into this brief that she had. And before we get into that, first I'm gonna look at the comments in the chat. Show, because I appreciate you guys for watching. You could be anywhere in the world. You could be anywhere watching anybody on YouTube doing anything, but you chose to be here with me, and for that I appreciate you, and I rock with you, and I rock with you because you rock with me, and it's all love. So I appreciate you. GJ says she's pure trash. She and Nathan should be disabled or disbarred and on trial. I 100% agree. I 100% agree. You got to get them out of there, because what they're doing is it's not just unethical anymore. It's criminal. That's just the truth of the matter. What they did was criminal, and that's just the truth of the matter. GJ says, stepping off this video. When I see a timer count down, I'd rather find something else to watch. Get into it, man. And yeah, I understand that, but you know what I mean? It's kind of like a sentimental thing, because like, hate him or love him, I was a fan of Kevin Samuels, right? And Kevin Samuels used to play his timer. And I'm not saying that I'm trying to be like Kevin Samuels. What I'm saying is a good, like, I want to build a similar camaraderie, like, because if you used to watch his live streams, you would know that basically that intro music, where it was just music and people just sitting there vibing, that was a great time and part of the show. And I kind of just want to build with that. So, it kind of lets you guys hear like a little bit, because, when you listen to people's music, you can kind of tell what they're about, and you can kind of catch their vibe. So that's what I want. I'm trying to, it's just an attempt to connect with people. And you know what I mean? I understand that some people are going to like it, some people not going to care, and some people are not going to like it. So, I mean, I'm prepared for that. I understand. It's a fair comment. Time says, J Red and family, no weapons formed against us shall prosper. Remember, always do the right thing at all times. Shout out to Time for the comments, always coming through with the inspirational word. And listen, I'm telling you, it's appreciated. Thank you very much. Maria, how you doing, Maria? Hey, what's going on? Yes. Time says Fanny can't stop, won't stop. Red is called love, the love of power. Yeah, she's greedy. She's so greedy. She's so greedy. She's so greedy, and it's sad to see. It's sad to see because she's a textbook example, and she keeps talking about, oh, I'm fighting for this, and I'm fighting for the people, and I'm fighting for democracy, and I'm doing this, and God told me to do it. But at the end of the day, she's fighting for power. She's just fighting for power, and people can disagree all they want, but at the end of the day, the proof is in the pudding. The proof is in the pudding. Maria says, time. I agree. Yep, I certainly do too. Time says, Maria, blessings. Yeah, I'm glad that y'all are starting to find some camaraderie amongst each other. That is so dope. It's so dope. Yes. Yeah, like I said, I mean, Fanny is just she's fighting for herself, and she's not fighting for the people. She's not fighting for the people. She can fool everybody else, and a lot of people, they don't care. They don't care. Maria says, thank you, Tom. Blessings to you as well. Yes, blessings. Like I said, it's dope. I love that. Time says, Fanny fighting for herself. Yes, I 100% agree. And it's pathetic that people are still falling for it. People are still falling for it, but it's okay. You know what I mean? we can't worry about those people because it's on them. You have the right to be dumb. I'm sorry, that wasn't nice. That wasn't nice. But how y'all doing this evening? Like, it's Friday. How y'all doing? It's been an interesting day for me. I had a very interesting day. But I am glad to be here with you guys because, like I said, it's dope. I enjoy kicking it with you. I enjoy getting to rap with you guys. I enjoy hearing you guys' thoughts and perspectives. And, what can I say? I'm just grateful to be here. I'm really sincerely grateful to be here. Sincerely grateful to be here. And I'm, like I said earlier, you guys could be anywhere in the world, but you're here. And that's so dope to me. Maria says the judge has someone running against him now. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that. It's possible that we might get a ruling a little sooner. And it's just yeah. I mean, I don't really. It's good. Fanny she's fighting dirty. Maria? Do you think that they sent Fanny? Do you think Fanny sent that person after Judge McAfee? Like, just is like because he's not playing along or he's not going along to get along? Do you think that's what's going on? I'm not gonna lie, that's what I think is going on. When I saw that, I was like, ooh, they're fighting dirty. Maria says that will make it more difficult for the judge to rule the right way. I agree. I 100% agree. 100% agree. She said, Maria says, absolutely. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's just, I don't know. It's just, why would she do that? Like, Fanny she really, like, operates like a mobster. Like, if you think about, like, how mob bosses and crime lords and how they operate, that's kind of how Fanny operates. You don't need to talk to them. They're coming after us. They're coming after us, Terrence. You don't need to talk to them. You don't need to tell them anything about me. You know what I mean? She operates like a mob boss. And the truth of the matter is, at the end of the day, she's really just approaching her time. She's approaching her time. But it's sad that this is what it's taking. That this is what it's taking because Fanny, give it up. You caught. You busted. You busted, Fanny. And you just hate to see it. You really just hate to see it. We got this brief that we're going to look at in a little bit. And, yeah, we got this brief that we're going to look at. Because, oh boy, Fanny is something else. She is something else. But before we, oh man. Oh, you guys are going in with these comments. Thank you. Appreciate it. Time says Trump is really running things low key. In what way? I think if Trump was running things would be going a lot better, if I'm just being honest. You know what I mean? I hate to say it, but that's just my opinion. And and Maria says someone is running against Fanny too. Yeah, I saw that. It was like 2 people. I saw that. And yeah, I love it. I love it. They said it was one of them. One of them was like a progressive Democrat, and then the other one was like a more conservative Republican. So I'm glad to see that. I'm genuinely glad to see that. Oh, wait a minute. Time says, remember, Fanny and the defense attorney for drugs and deals, and for drug deals. I'm sorry, and for one of the biggest gangs in ATL, YSL. Wait a minute. So, if Fanny was defense attorney for some of them, wouldn't that make her trial conflict of interest too? I'm gonna be honest with you. I haven't looked into the YSL case as much, but at all, like nowhere near as much. But if that's the case, if she was the defense attorney for them, wouldn't that make her case conflict of interest? I'm just curious. I'd like to know. Oh, that's what I thought. She's trash. She's trash. Oh, goodness gracious. Because how you gonna prosecute people that you know that you defended, so therefore you know things about them that even would be protected by attorney-client privilege? What is Fanny doing? Is this your queen? Golly, black people, is this your queen? Is Fanny your queen? Golly. Whole case is a conflict of interest. That mean, so I guess they gonna have to free Young Thug then, right? See, that's the thing, and you know how trash that is, because I'm not one of those people. I'm not one of those people that believes that Young Thug and them need to be free. Not when you're doing the things that they accused of doing. I don't believe that. I don't. So if she gets that YSL case thrown out, do y'all know how much bloodshed is gonna be on her hands? Because there's gonna be a lot of bloodshed that goes on if you got these criminals, and they're basically terrorists. They're domestic terrorists. Let's just be real. YSL, they're domestic terrorists. It's crazy. It's crazy. That's insane. That's insane. Maria says, what a role model. Right. Role model indeed. This is supposed to be one of the most powerful women in Atlanta. In Atlanta, a black woman. It's supposed to be something that people can look up to. And we're just looking at it. We're just looking at a gangster. She's a gangster. But nobody's going to talk about her because she's black. But I hear people call Trump a gangster. I hear people talk about how Trump moves and the way he, and this is why I think that the left is so hypocritical, because at the end of the day, they don't hold people to the same standards that the people that they support do. Trump is a racist, but Joe Biden and Bill Clinton had their hands in the crime bill. You know what I mean? Like, that kind of stuff is just crazy. It's just crazy to me. Maria says, what a role model. She says, what a role model. A lot of young girls look up to her. And that's sad, ain't it? It's sad, isn't it? A lot of role models. A lot of young girls look up to her. And on paper, you, like, all charges aside, you would absolutely believe that you should be able to look up to Miss Fani Willis. But guess what? Fanny is sleeping with married men. She's lying in court. She's breaking the law. You know what I mean? It's just insane. What a role model. What a role model. It's just sad. It's sad. Guys, it's sad. What a role model. Before we talk about this filing that Fanny Willis had, I want to also talk about a recent development that they had where they actually talked about Fanny Willis and meeting up with Kamala Harris. She's actually linked up with Kamala Harris before now. She's actually met up with Kamala Harris. And I just want to talk about just a little bit about how crazy it is that these two women in this powerful position, how they could just get together like that. And it's just sad. It's just sad. Because at the end of the day, and thank you for the likes. I appreciate it. Thank you. I appreciate it. And thank you guys for tuning in. So let's go back.
Too many subscriptions? You can keep track of them with Rocket Money. I just found out that I've still been paying for Prime after I canceled my account 3 years ago. So my
do that. What he said was politics, or as a former U.S.
Aid Mike.
You're not gonna watch this whole video.
attorney coming up next. I want to make sure I have my facts straight. What was the deal with the meeting at the White House? Did you say the Vice President Kamala Harris?
Said that several people were meeting at the White House.
All right, we're gonna go through these comments real quick. Maria said a lot of young girls look up to Kamala and Fanny for VP. Yeah, I've actually seen some people theorizing that it's possible that Fanny might be going for DOJ. So, and I can see Biden doing something like that, or the Republicans, the Democrats doing something like that. I can see that. And I just think that it's real suspicious. It's really suspicious that Kamala Harris is meeting with Fani Willis, and then Fani Willis is bringing this case against Donald Trump the way that they are. Is it possible? Is it possible? Maria says, could you imagine? No, I couldn't. But is it possible? Is it possible that Kamala Harris actually is the one putting the battery behind Fani Willis's back, and she's actually been playing puppet master, and Fani Willis is actually being manipulated by the Democratic Party into prosecuting Trump as a desperate attempt to do anything that they can to keep that man off the ballot? We saw what happened with the Supreme Court, where they basically had to step in and say, no, y'all cannot take Trump's name off of this ballot. And we saw that, we saw how everybody was up in arms, and now they're talking about getting rid of the Supreme Court. They're talking about minimizing their role, because guess what? They uphold justice, and every time something upholds the standard and it's in Donald Trump's favor, now, we got to fix it. Now we got to change it. Now we got to get rid of it. If it supports the orange man, now we got to get rid of it. And it's just, I think that if it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, then golly, it might be a duck. And what it looks like to me is that Kamala Harris is the one behind this, and she's the one and her and the Biden administration are the ones that are behind this. That is my theory. My theory. Might not even be a theory at this point, but it is my idea or my thought that what is going on is that Fanny Willis is being pushed and manipulated. Not even just manipulated, but the puppet master is Kamala Harris or at least the Joe Biden camp. They are the ones that are puppet mastering this. And it's sick. It's sick. Oh, goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. Like, what are we talking about, guys? What are we talking about? This is insane. This is insane. The things that we're possibly dealing with here. The things that we're dealing with, guys, this is insane. Maria says, what an absolute nightmare that would be. It would be. I couldn't even imagine. I might leave. Maria says, all this corruption makes Trump look sweeter and sweeter. It hurts the Dems. Yes, and that's what they don't understand. That's literally what they don't understand, is that the more they try to make Donald Trump look worse, the worse the Democrats look. The worse the Democrats look, the more they try to tear down and destroy Trump, they end up making themselves look stupid. It's just like the same way with that when they released the mug shot and then Trump got more supporters. Or like they try to keep Trump try to keep Trump off the election front and off the election ballot. And guess what? More people are supporting them. They try to prosecute Trump every type of way they can think of. And guess what? He keeps getting more support. Everything that they're doing is backfiring. And the reason is because the Democrats are idiots. That's the truth. They're idiots. They're idiots. They're evil, conniving idiots, but they're idiots nonetheless. And that's the truth, because everything that they do to try to destroy this man backfires. It backfires. They're stupid.
Of course, the nature of that meeting was not expressed. It could have been some democratic event or a social event.
Who was in
but
it?
The implication that they're trying to get at was that allegedly there may have been some coordination with this case, but they don't have any hard evidence of that at this point, because the receipts, and this is something that Ashley Merchant pointed out, that Nathan Wade submitted, are very vague. They just mention that he met with White House counsel or met with White House, but doesn't go into any detail as to what the meetings were.
Okay, I got it. Thank you, Jonathan Seri. Great reporting.
Certainly.
Brett Tolman, former U.S. Attorney and former Senate Judiciary Committee counsel. I do want to drill down just a second on the White House meeting and how that comes into play. Is that purely politics, or as a former U.S. Attorney, is it something that you look at as information? What?
Well, I will tell you, I think you're right to be asking questions about it. And here's what the public needs to understand. There's really no circumstance for the White House counsel or anyone in the White House to go anywhere near this if their goal is to make sure that it is an objective review of potential criminal activity of
An objective review involving Donald Trump. How funny.
an opponent, of a political opponent. If, however, you are coordinating and you're wanting to take down a political opponent, that's temptation that the White House, I think, probably gave into, was to have conversations and look at the 4 different criminal cases. All of them have access, and we're learning that most of them at this point have had conversations with the White House just prior to charges being brought. That's not coincidence, that's coordination.
Yeah. All right. I wanted to hit that because that seems to be a bigger issue now that we're hearing about it in a different venue, a state Senate committee, special committee hearing. And now you get into what you just pointed out, 2 men battling it out. And it takes me back to what Donald Trump said days ago when his U.S. Supreme Court victory happened. 9-0, you can't keep his name off a ballot. No state can do that. What he said was, stop using your high power, President Biden, of the DOJ, and let's fight this out between the 2 of us. It's very interesting to put that in the context of, was Nathan Willis, was Fani Wade, was anybody, or excuse me, Nathan Wade and Fani Willis, was anybody on that prosecutorial team, particularly those 2 lovers, talking with anybody at the White House? So it is interesting. I'll continue to ask the question. All right, real quickly, your top line about what's come out today and when they met and what matters.
Well, I think there's folks that have been saying for some time now, what's the big deal? Why, so what? So they have an affair. Does that really impact the underlying criminal?
Oh, Maria, he's back. Oh, God. Be fried. What are you talking about? No, she didn't. Be fried. No, she didn't. Yo, what's going on? What's going on though? How you been? But first of all, yeah, no, she didn't. No, she didn't. She didn't get beat bad fast. I mean, bad. She didn't get beat bad. No, she didn't. What? What are we talking about? No, did we watch the same thing? She didn't get beat back. No, she didn't. I'm sorry. Look, okay, look. You want to talk about that black lawyer, right? That black senator, the black senator. Is that what you're talking about? Is that what you're talking about? Just that clown? Oh my God. I know you're not talking about that clown. I know you're not talking about that clown. I know you're not saying about that black senator. I really hope that's what you're not saying. She didn't get. Oh. Now, if you're talking about those few times where the judge had to help her, then I mean, yeah, that wasn't the best look, but she didn't get beat bad in court. The reason why this thing is still going on is in part mainly because of her. So I mean, she hasn't been getting beat in court. So I mean, come on, we have to be objective about something. We have to agree that out of all the things going on, she has not been getting beat. Come on. Oh man. Thank you for your comments, though. I appreciate you guys, all of you. Seriously. Seriously, real talk. Appreciate you. Now, be fried, you're going to make this fun. I love it. I love it. B Fry says she's trying to get her lick back. But they subpoenaed her, though. She got subpoenaed. She didn't really have a choice. She had to testify. So, I mean, B Fry says no. Fanny's team stump merchant. Nervous boy drowned the Trump team with facts. No, you do know. I mean, let's just be honest, B Fry. If the judge rules against what that lawyer was saying, that doesn't make what he was saying facts. Or I'm just saying, like, what, just because you agree with it or because it goes along with what you believe, I mean, that doesn't really make it facts. It's up to the judge and the judge's interpretation in this case. So just because he was saying things that he didn't agree with the judge about, that doesn't necessarily make it facts. That's all I'm saying. So, I mean, yeah, come on, man. B5 says, sitting up there lying, it's all rehearsed. I mean, that's true. I mean, yeah, maybe this is just a big scam. Maybe. But at the end of the day, Fanny and Nathan and Terrence can't answer questions, but Ashley Merchant can. She can answer her questions. They had a guy trying to literally, he just wanted to be that guy to try to trip her up. And she still was able to conduct herself with more grace than Fani Willis. You know what I mean? So, and they're both lawyers, so don't say, oh, well, you know, she's a lawyer and she's been doing this. No, Fanny outranks her. She's a lawyer. So it's not that simple, man. It's not like that. It's not like, it's just not. I don't believe that. But yeah, so guys, we're gonna go ahead and get into this. We're gonna go ahead and get into this document, because golly, Fanny, she just won't stop. She won't stop. Okay, B Fry, you're gonna make this fun. I love it. Thank you so much. Bradley's bar license is on the line. He's on the stance against some chit chat from text messages. Okay, but B Fry, if he never had the text messages, then if he never texted that woman, then guess what? They wouldn't be using the text messages against him in court. That's his fault. That's his fault. Bradley needs to lose his license. He needs to lose it. He needs to lose his license. Bradley needs to lose his license. So, yes, I understand his bar license is on the line, but he needs to lose that motherfucker. Let's just be real. Excuse my French, but this man violated privilege because he was mad at his partner. He was mad at his friend. He was mad at him. So he goes and pillow talks with Ashley Merchant and is sitting up divulging attorney-client privileged information, so-called. But he told her everything. And not just Ashley Merchant. He told all of them. So it's not just chit-chat from text messages. It's not. He was telling information that he conveniently forgot or conveniently couldn't recall when he was on the stand. It's not the same thing, B. Fry. I'm sorry. It's not the same thing. At the end of the day, Bradley needs to lose his license. He needs to lose his license. He needs to. He needs to lose his license. Bradley, he said, B. Fry says, Bradley was Merchant's witness. And yes, and he betrayed her too. But that's because Fanny was threatening him. He got scared about Fanny and Nathan. Bradley is a player hater. Yeah, he is. He's a spiteful, ornery old man, like spiteful, ornery, vindictive, sniveling snake. And that's the truth of the matter. Like, I can't stand people like him. It's gross. Lynn from True Crime Project. Hey, guys. Hey, what's going on, Lynn? Glad you could stop through. Appreciate all the comments and appreciate everybody for stopping through. As I said before, you guys could be anywhere, but you here kicking it with me, and I appreciate you for that. Thank you. B Fry says you take Bradley out of the picture, the Trump team has zero proof. That's what makes him a star witness, though, right? It doesn't matter if you take him out of the equation, the only thing that they have is not proof. That doesn't mean what happened didn't happen, but that's all you need is proof. That's literally all you need. That's all you need is proof. It doesn't matter. You can't just take out something in the equation that makes the equation complete. Like, I don't understand it. I just don't understand it. How can you take out if 4 plus 4 equals 8? How can you say, well, we're going to take out 4 so that 4 plus something equals 8? It's still, you cannot take out 4. You can't take it out. You can't take it out. Like, what are we talking about here? What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Like, come on, man. So, like, it's just a little bit disingenuous. I'm just saying. B Fry says, tell brother J Red, Lynn, tell brother J Red he's on the wrong side. Yeah, Lynn, tell me I'm on the wrong side. Tell me I'm on the wrong side. Maybe I am. maybe I'm on the wrong side. Lynn, let me know if I'm on. Am I on the wrong side of this Fanny situation? Just let me know. Let me know. Just let me know. I need to know. Maybe I am on the wrong side because I just decide that I want to hold people accountable for their actions, and I don't think it's okay for people to be fraternizing and using well, it's not my tax, but I don't live in Georgia, so it's not my money that's gotten stolen. It's not my money that was paying for their trips. You know what I mean? For the people, that's their fight. I'm just speaking up and bringing attention to it. That's what I'm saying. It's their money. It's their money. I didn't get robbed by her. I didn't get robbed by Nathan Wade. They didn't rob me. It's the truth. They didn't rob me. They didn't rob me. Golly. How am I on the wrong side of this? God. Maria says, hey, Lynn. Oh, yeah, we got the crew in tonight. I love it. B Fry says, hi, Maria Z. J Red needs some counseling. Yeah, maybe I do, man. Maybe I do. Maybe I do. Lynn says he hardly ever is. Just saying, buddy. I mean, I'm just saying, like, maybe you're on the wrong side of this. Maybe everybody that's riding with Fanny is on the wrong side of this. And her name is spelled Fanny. I'm not going to call her Fani because guess what? It's funnier. It sounds funnier when you say Fanny. It sounds funnier. So that's what I'm going to keep calling her. Okay? I'm sorry. This is crazy. I can't believe it. I need counseling because I'm not going to defend these criminals. That's crazy to me. Lynn says truth. Truth. That's all we want over here is the truth. That's all we want is the truth. She said Jay's on the side of common sense. That's what I thought, Lynn. Thank you. I appreciate it. It's not even about an echo chamber. It's just like I thought that this is common sense. Using taxpayers' money to fund romantic getaways with your partner, knowing that you hired him and you're basically paying him to wine and dine you. while he's married. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm sorry. That's crazy to me. That's crazy. They're stealing people's money. They're stealing people's money. Nathan Wade is lying about his build hours. They're not even taking it serious. He's charging people to sit around in a conference room in a nice suit. What are we talking about? What are we talking about here? Like, come on. How am I on the wrong side of this? God. Man. Akil Anderson says, anyone who stands for Fanny is a snake or a fool. Yeah, he said it, not me. He said it, not me. I don't disagree. I don't disagree, though. It's crazy to me how people are willing to excuse such bad behavior. It's such bad behavior. Why is it okay? Why is that okay? B Fry says, disrespectful. You seem more genuine than that. Respect that, sister. I haven't said anything disrespectful. I haven't called her out of her name tonight. What did I say that was disrespectful? It's the truth. I didn't say anything. She's sleeping with a married man. Or she was sleeping with a married man. She was sleeping with a married man. It's the truth. It's the truth. I'm not being disrespectful. Well, not yet anyway. I don't think so. If I was, let me know. I mean, how was I being disrespectful? Maria says, be Fry. I don't agree. Akil Anderson says, Fanny should be thrown in jail for about 5 years. I agree. I agree. B Fry says he wasn't married. His wife was cheating with his best friend. No, you're wrong. He's still married. He's still married. It's not that he wasn't married. No, he's still married. To this day. Right now, Nathan Wade is married. He's legally married. So what does that mean? Like, yes, his wife was cheating, but they're still legally married. Just because his wife is an adulterer doesn't mean he has to be an adulterer, right? Right? I'm just saying. Just because your wife is an adulterer doesn't need to be. Oh man. just because somebody cheats on their spouse doesn't mean the spouse has to cheat back. What? Get back season, right? Golly. Jesus Christ. B Fry says, if I was a snake or a fool, I wouldn't be hanging out with Akil, J Red, and Maria Z. I mean, yeah, I don't think that he was actually calling you specifically a snake or a fool. But I mean, I mean, if you want to wear that hat, I mean, you can. I don't think that he was addressing that to you. But I'm just saying that I think who you choose to support and what you choose to turn a blind eye to, I mean, I think that does say, it does speak about you. I mean, I think that that's a fact. I mean, you can't argue with that. I think that the fact that, it's not like it's only you. It's a lot of people I look funny like that, funny now, because when I brought up the fact that I feel like Fanny was just was rotten because she sleeping with a married man. And everybody's like, well, everybody cheats. Everybody cheats. Yeah, I look at people crazy for that. And I'm not going to apologize for that, because at the end of the day, I live by standards and I have principles. And I believe that those standards and principles are based on the betterment of society. It's not just based off of my selfish ideas and the things that I want and believe will make my life better. It's about society and the community and those things. And which is funny and crazy because I'm a divester. I divest from the Black community and I still have more care and concern than the people that are in the Black community. Make that make sense. Make that make sense. Mike says, tell Deep Fry time to change that oil. Lynn says, Fanny's undisclosed mama died in Cuba in 2019. Sherry Laverne Dalton, domestic terrorist. Look it up. She left children in the U.S. when she went on the lam. Timeline definitely lines up. Can of worms. LOL. Jesus Christ. Lynn be doing her research. Lynn does her research. Oh, goodness gracious. Hate to get on her bad side. Boy, she gonna find that dirt on you. Jesus. Everybody, shout out Lynn in the chat. B. Fry says, the spirit of love was destroyed. The legal aspect is man-made. Paperwork ain't spiritual. Well, if we're talking about spiritual, then the truth of the matter is, then the church literally respects legal marriage. They literally respect legal institution of marriage. So that's not a true argument. That's not a true argument. I mean, the truth of the matter is, okay, how do you say this? Because I gotta remember that everybody just doesn't agree or have the same standard of spirituality, right? Most spiritual practices still respect the legal institution of marriage. And the truth is that marriage sanctity, there's a lot of spirituality, spiritual religions and stuff where you can't get married. I mean, where you can't get divorced. Even if the partner cheats, they'll rather you unalive the person before you get divorced to them. So, that's not a strong argument. That's not a strong argument. He says, I'm just talking shit. Like that. Lynn says, not everybody cheats. And I agree with that because I know I'm very against cheating. I'm very against cheating. I hate it. I genuinely do. I hate it. And I don't believe everybody cheats. There are people out there, you know what I mean, that don't go along with this whole culture, that don't support being overly promiscuous or even just promiscuous in general. And yeah, I think that that's a bad expectation or a bad idea to let fester that everybody cheats. I don't agree with it, and I'm not gonna support it or even just go along with the idea that everybody cheats. I don't believe that, but I do believe that a lot of people cheat. I believe that a lot of people cheat. I'm just gonna be honest. And yeah, it's sad. Lynn says, LOL. B. Fry says, I'm not taking nothing personal. Yeah, I really hope you don't, because it's all just this all like it's nothing personal on my end. Me for sure. Like, yeah. So, like, real talk. And I appreciate you for coming out. Like I said, like I was saying, you definitely making it more interesting. I appreciate it. Lynn says, we are married 33 years in May. Oh, that's dope. That's dope. Shout out to y'all. That's my birthday month. No, May. She says life sentence. Yeah. No, that's the good thing. That's a real good thing. Like, shout out to you. I know Maria's married too. Shout out to y'all because, at the end of the day, like, happy marriages, those are the only way that we can really that we can really improve the community, because family is the only way to do that, in my opinion. Family, that's the truth. That is the truth. That is the truth. Family is the most important thing, because at the end of the day, where does everything begin? Where does everything begin? Everything begins with family. And we need people to actually have good values to have family, instead of the people with bad values that are actually, you know, that are actually reproducing. They're reproducing with people that have a messed up family structure, messed up values, and then they pass those values along, and then we wonder why Pookie and Ray Ray act the way they do. They act the way they do because their family structure is trash. It's the truth. B. Fry says just words and chopping verbs. Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. I appreciate you. Lynn says 522. Maria says, I'm about to celebrate 24 years with my husband on March 11th. I've never cheated on him. Yeah, so salute to y'all. That's dope. That's dope. I'm not going to subscribe to the idea that everybody cheats. Maybe a lot of people cheat. I'm not going to lie. Maybe a lot of people do cheat. I do think that a lot of people cheat, but I think everybody, no, that's an incorrect statement. It's just the truth. Everybody doesn't cheat. Everybody doesn't cheat. What it is you just have to get out of this. We just have to get out of this modern mindset of everybody just looking for selfish satisfaction. But yeah, everybody doesn't cheat. You guys are right. I agree with you. Yeah, go Maria and go Lynn too, because y'all are dope. Y'all are dope, and I appreciate everybody for the comments. I appreciate you guys for consistently watching too, Maria and Lynn. I really do, for real. But we're gonna go ahead and get into this. We're gonna go ahead and get into this filing now, because this is this is interesting. This is interesting, guys. So what we're gonna do is gonna look here. So what we have is the brief that was filed by Fani Willis. And as you can see, this is basically filed in the Superior Court of Fulton County, state of Georgia. You see state of Georgia versus the defendants, Donald Trump, Rudy Giuliani, just a bunch of other people. And it's just, I'm not reading off all that list of names, because we're finna go through this document and actually really get into it. So basically, and yes, congratulations, both Lynn and Maria. You guys are dope. For real. I see you guys. Congratulations. So let's go ahead and just get into this real quick. So, let's get to these comments real quick. Congrats, Lynn and Maria. Yep. Maria says, I'm old school. I can dig it. Did it. Lynn says, thank you, Jay. No problem. No problem at all. Like I said, thank you guys for watching. You guys are, you guys are dope, and just even, gracing my streams with y'all presence. I appreciate it. Sincerely. Thank you. Okay, let's go ahead and get into it. So it says, let's see the best way to read this so that y'all don't catch me looking silly trying to hurt my eyes. So okay. So let's get into it. So it says the state's supplemental brief following hearing March 1st, 2024. See, this was filed on March 5th. This is filed on March 5th, basically after you know, after everything that's been going on, and the court, basically the hearing concluded where for the disqualification. So she's basically delivering this to Judge McAfee, and you know she's just determined that she's gonna go down with the ship. And this is truly a reprehensible woman. She's truly just it's just not pleasant and just disgusting. I just wondered what. I did say that she was looking kind of snackish that last day, though. I'm not gonna lie, so maybe I should be careful. But yeah, but yeah, when she gets like this, Fanny, just it's gross. So it says, at the hearing on March 1st concerning defendant's motion to disqualify District Attorney Fanny T. Willis, the court posed several questions to the parties concerning the standard of proof required for disqualification and the legal standard to be applied by the court. The binding case law in Georgia is clear. A trial court is not authorized to disqualify an elected district attorney absent a showing by a high standard of proof, and this high standard of proof basically just means that you got to work real hard, and you have to literally deliver real good evidence if you expect to disqualify a district attorney. Fanny is saying you got to come with it. You got to come with it. That such an elected district attorney either has an actual conflict of interest or has engaged in forensic misconduct. Okay, let's go down here and Jesus Christ. Let's look at this footnote real quick. This brief will not examine the legal standards surrounding forensic misconduct, which was covered extensively at the hearing. The state maintains that the evidence presented does not even come close to establishing that the district attorney's statements were part of a calculated plan evincing a design to prejudice the defendant in the minds of potential jurors. The standard required for a filing of forensic misconduct. Williams versus State, 258 Georgia, 305, 315, 1988. No prosecutor in Georgia has ever been disqualified from prosecuting any case on grounds of forensic misconduct, and this case should not be the first. Okay? Okay, we're playing hardball. I see you, Fanny. We're playing hardball. Okay? Let's get to these comments real quick. Maria says, thank you, B Fried. Will says, white people hung her by her own demise. And yeah, I believe that's true. Fanny can't really be mad at anybody but herself for how she's being portrayed now. She portrayed herself that way. So it's on her. It's on her. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it from her. Lynn says, thank you, B. Lynn says, slimy Fanny is pulling out all the stops. Yeah, I agree. She is. Fanny playing chess, Merchant played checkers. B Fry, I'm just gonna be honest with you. It looks like Fanny is on the defensive. It looks like Fanny is on the rope. This is not what this looks like. It looks like Fanny's on the rope. This is an act of desperation. You don't think? Excuse me. You don't think that this is an act of desperation? That's what it looks like to me. That's literally what it looks like to me. It looks like she's desperate and she's fighting. It looks like she's fighting for her life. It looks like she's backed into a corner and she's fighting for her life. It looks like she's fighting for her life. Lynn says she's an elected official. The people that elected her can assert a no confidence vote and have her removed. She can only be impeached or removed by the people. That's doable. Be Fry says, see there, that's how George Foreman lost. No, it was a calculated rope to dope. It's not the same thing. Fanny is not rope a doping. She's on the rope asking for the ref to help her. It's not like she just doing like Ali and just taking it. You know what I mean? She's not just taking it and dishing it back. She's on the rope asking the ref for help. She's on the rope asking the ref for help. She just won't go down. That's the problem. She's sitting there getting beat up and she's saying, I'm not going down. I'm going down with my ship. That's what she's saying. So it's not the same thing. It's really not. She said, B. Fry said she stood Nervous Boy up there and he murdered them. Jury's still out on that one. Jury's still out on that one. Yeah, I don't know about that one. The jury's still out. I don't know about that one. Yeah, I don't know about that. I'm just saying, I'm still not quite convinced. I'm not quite convinced that that Nervous Boy was spitting facts. We gotta wait and see what the judge rules before we can actually say that. We have to see what they say. We have to. B. Fry says facts galore. She says facts galore. Lynn says the good lawyers are pissed she's making them look bad and eroding public confidence in their profession. I agree. She is making lawyers look bad. She's supposed to be the pinnacle, the top, the most powerful woman in Atlanta, which in turn makes her one of the most powerful black women in Atlanta, or the black women in Georgia. That's crazy. It is eroding public confidence in their profession because between her and Terrence Bradley and Nathan Wade, they all look incompetent. They either look incompetent or maliciously maniacal at different points in time. And it's just crazy. Lynn says they don't need that because everyone hates them already. It's true. Maria says B. Fry, vice versa. B. Fry says it's over, J. Red. Start rehab. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. And at the end of the day, if B. Fry, let's just say that if what happens if what you're saying is going to happen turns out to be the scenario and this whole thing just gets dismissed and thrown out, what confidence does that leave in elected officials? What confidence does that leave in just the legal system as a whole? Because if this woman doing all this dirt is allowed to do it all scot-free and get off with it scot-free, then what does that say about the legal system? And how are we supposed to respect or how are these people supposed to hold anybody else accountable when we see firsthand that they can do whatever they want and nobody's gonna care? That's why black people get used so much because people just sit up and it's okay for them to be puppets. It's okay for them to be token Negroes, but then at the same time, you sit there and you're used as a tool to manipulate and control your own people. But then they'll call me a sellout because I say the culture is trash. Lynn says exactly. Lynn says Jay makes too much sense. B. Fry says she hasn't done anything wrong. And what the hell are we talking about? What do you mean she hasn't done anything wrong? What do you mean she hasn't done anything wrong? What are we talking about? You don't think that it's wrong to take taxpayers' money and overpay your boyfriend who you're smashing, who you're lying about smashing, and you don't think that that's a problem for you to take that money that you get from your boyfriend, that you gave your boyfriend, and have your boyfriend spend it on you? You don't think that that's a problem? It's how is that not a problem? How is that not a problem? You notice that once I didn't mention the fact that she's hooking up with him, because that's not the problem. It's not the problem. Why that matters is because she lied. She lied about it. And she knows that there's a conflict of interest. It's like Ashley Merchant said. If she had reported this, she wouldn't be allowed. She wouldn't be allowed to do what they wouldn't even be allowed to go as far as they did. It wouldn't be allowed to happen. It just wouldn't. I'm sorry. It wouldn't be allowed to happen. Lynn says, yep, don't accept being used. And that's the thing. I don't understand why black people just are like that. I don't understand it. It's like, oh, you claim to hate the white man so much, but then you'll let them use you to take down your own people. And then when somebody puts on a suit or something like that and gets into the business world, now they're a sellout. Now they're a sellout. Because they cut their dreadlocks off or they cut their braids off and they adapt and they're trying to do well in corporate America. Now they're a sellout. Lynn says she's as guilty as the day is long. And I agree. I agree. With her mob boss energy. B. Fry says she reimbursed with cash. Then she reimburses with cash. How do we know that? How do you know that? How do you know that she reimbursed them with cash? You don't know that she did just as much as we don't, or you don't know that she didn't just as much as we don't know that she did. How do you know that? Seriously, how do you know? B. Fry, how do you know? She makes $200,000 a year. You're right. And guess what? He's making almost $800,000 a year. That's $500,000 more than what other prosecutors are making. No, it was $700,000. I'm sorry. Explain that. Explain that. Explain the nepotism in that. Why he's making $500,000 more than his other cohorts when he has less experience than them. Lynn says they all lied. B. Fry says they dated after he got hired. You obviously haven't looked at the text messages. You obviously didn't see the reports of the phone records of the phone towers that was showing over 12,000 text messages, 2,000 phone calls in the span of like 6 months. 6 months before he got hired, at least. They have multiple people who confirmed that. That they were at least that they were in some type of relationship before they ended up, or before they reported that they were. Why? You think these people just lying just to lie? Is that what you're saying, B Fry? I don't get it. I don't get it. Excuse me. They didn't date after he got hired. Even it's just not true. It's not true. And we know that it's not true. Even the judge has accepted that that's not the case anymore. He's accepted that that's not the case. He's accepted that that's not the case. It's just like, come on, man. We like I get it. I get it. You want them, you don't want them to win, like to lose. I get it. But at the end of the day, we have to agree upon certain facts that have been agreed upon. And it's safe to say that even the judge knows that they were in a relationship before they said that they were in a relationship. It's like, come on, Beef, right? Like, just come on. No, they didn't. They dated before. It was before. Lynn says, rich people never have enough money, dude. Beef Fry. So she said so. So your argument on why Fanny and Nathan Wade didn't date before they but is that your argument? Is that Fanny Wade and Nathan Wade didn't date when they didn't date before they said they did because she said so? Lynn says, LOL, I'm from Brooklyn. Oh man, I love the Brooklyn accent. New Yorkers got the best accent and the best American accent in the world. New Yorkers got the best American accent in the world, and that's the truth. B Fry says in 2 years, that's what he made. Are you saying that he made 2 years and he made 200K or 700K? You saying he made 700K in 2 years? I just want to be clear. Lynn says trust but verify. B Fry says one person said that she got fired. One person said that Yurdy got fired. She had a beef. Yeah, but Yurdy was her friend, so she had knowledge. She had information. It's not just that. She had information. And Terrence Bradley basically damn near confirmed that they were meeting at Yurdy's house. That was their rendezvous location. So, I mean, we can't just, I think you're just being intentionally dismissive because at the end of the day, that's not the case. That's not the case. It's not the case. Yurdy could have had a beef. She could have had a beef, but the truth, the fact that she has a beef doesn't disqualify what her statements. It doesn't disqualify. The same way the fact that Terrence Bradley had a beef qualified his statements. They qualified the statements that he made in the text message. It's the truth. Lynn says, and both Willis and Wade refused to give up their phones. Guilty. Yeah, because they knew they had something to hide. And they still fighting that. Let's just be real. This would all be put to rest if they would just hand over their damn phones. But guess what? They're not going to do it because they know if they do that, it's going to incriminate them. And that's the truth. This could all be over if Fanny and Nathan handed over their phones, but they're not going to do it. They're not going to do it. B Fry says, no one understands, said the relationship started prior to 2022. You're right. But the text messages from Terrence Bradley when he was pillow talking with like 3 to 4 people that are willing to testify on the stand said that the relationship started at least in 2019. At least in 2019. Lynn says, great troll, got you going. Me Fry says, yes, and no one refuted that except Yurdy, and she got fired. $700K in 2 years. That's still more than any other prosecutor made in the whole case. What are you talking about? That still doesn't explain why the most underqualified person is making $500,000 more than what other people are making. Bradley's texts were chit-chat. Why didn't Bradley say nothing on the stand? Because Fanny and Nathan Wade were sitting right in front of him and they threatened the man. They threatened the man. There are people that are willing to testify that they got threatened or that Terrence Bradley was threatened. That's why. Bradley was threatened. He was scared. He was scared. That whole spiel he gave about not speaking with anybody from their camp or from their team, it was a lie. They all were lying on the stand. And that's what you don't understand. They're lying. They're lying on the stand. You cannot take them for their word anymore because they're dishonest. They're dishonest. B. Fry says you're speculating about the phones. No, I'm not. I read the text messages. It's not speculation. It's not speculation. And it's not chit-chat either. It's not chit-chat. It's real. He said it. And he didn't just say it to Ashley Merchant. She's just the only person she's the first person that brought it forward. You can't just sit there and just be like, oh, well, that's just chit-chat. It's just chit-chat. No, that was a spiteful, angry, bitter man who was telling the truth on his friend because he was mad about the situation he was in. That's the truth. And when people get angry, they tell the truth. When people get angry, they tell the truth. It's not chit-chat. It's not chit-chat. Look, you can call it hearsay maybe, but it's not chit-chat. It's real. He was really talking to people. He was really having conversations about Nathan Wade and Fanny Willis's relationship. He was talking to people. Not chit-chat. It's not like I don't understand how we could sit up and just say that that's chit chat. No, it's not. It's not. B. Fry says he put in the most hours. Cross has a private practice. Bradley's scared, you reaching. What? How am I? Did you see how he was sweating? Like, come on, man. Guys, am I falling for something? What's going on, guys? We clearly weren't watching the same trial or the same hearings. I mean, and I get that, and I understand that. But did you didn't hear about the reports that they had coming out where they basically said that Fanny Willis was calling him and she called him, told him not to speak about them? That's that other lawyer from that other judge from whatchamacallit from Georgia. Did you not hear about Ashley Merchant testifying that during her recent hearing that she had with the Georgia Senate. Did you not hear that she basically said that Nathan Wade's best friend called Terrence Bradley out the blue? Then Terrence called him out the blue, reminded him about his privilege. They were intimidating that man. Fanny moves like a mob boss. Nathan was with her. What do you think was going to happen? What do you think was going to happen? Like, come on. Like, be fried. No, facts do not come out on the stand. No, facts can come out on the stand. These are lawyers. What makes you think that they don't know how to lie? They're just not good at it. And that's why they're getting exposed, because they're liars. And they're not good at lying. They're not good. Goodness gracious. Queenie, just so you know, I appreciate everybody for their comments. I really think you guys are so dope. Queenie says, be fried. You're clearly trolling. If you really believe that they wasn't together already. Yeah, I mean, I agree. I agree. Like, I think that's so disingenuous. That's just me. B Fry says he had beef with Wade. He was sworn in and called it speculation. He called it speculation because, like, oh my God. He also said he didn't recall. He also called it attorney-client privilege. So why are you just picking and choosing? Why are you just picking and choosing? Says, please apologize when Fani is cleared. Okay, I'll call her Fani if you spell it like that. I'll call her Fani if you spell it like that. Yes, it has to be cross-examined. And here we are again with this conversation. It doesn't have to be cross-examined. If it's true, it's true. You have to prove that it's true. You don't have to cross-examine somebody if they say the sky is blue. If I go outside and say the sky is blue or the sky is dark blue because it's nighttime, then guess what? You don't have to cross-examine me to accept that. That's like when Trump's lawyer said that, he was talking to Terrence Bradley about something about when Nathan Wade's start date, and he said, "Well, I'm going to advise you to accept this because it's not up for debate. Certain things are not up for debate. Certain things are not up for debate. It doesn't have to be cross-examined. It has to be admitted first. It's something to take into account." B Fry says, yes, his fat brother called him. B Fry says they were not together. Then I guess, okay, and here's a semantics argument, right? So by together, that all that means to me, when you say they weren't together, all that means is that they were banging without a title. That's what that sounds like to me. So okay, maybe theoretically, let's say Fanny and Nathan Wade were not in a relationship, meaning they weren't boyfriend and girlfriend, but they were banging. They were hooking up. He was still clapping the cheeks. Maybe that's when she gave him the garage door opener. Maybe that's when she finally started letting him sleep over instead of making him go back home at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. But they were involved. They were involved. And the people trying to pretend like, oh, they're not together, boyfriend and girlfriend. No, they were involved. And people know what the fuck they're talking about when they say that. And I'm sorry, excuse my French, but listen, we have to be real. We have to be real. When you say they're not together, you mean that they weren't boyfriend and girlfriend. It doesn't mean that they weren't hooking up. This is 2024. It doesn't mean that he wasn't all up in those cheeks. It's the truth. It does not mean that. There's there's so many, in modern dating, there is a wide spectrum, but before you go from just meeting somebody to a relationship to marriage. They weren't there yet. So yes, maybe hypothetically, Fanny and Nathan Wade weren't boyfriend and girlfriend before they got hired. But guess what? They were banging, they were hooking up, and there's evidence to support that. So what are we talking about? Let's just be for real. Like, come on, man. This is disingenuous. It's disingenuous. It's like, really, like, you know what I'm saying? It's really disingenuous. Maria asked B. Fry if he's trolling. Goodness gracious. Lynn says Fanny is a mob boss. Bradley has a Godfather 2 moment on the stand. He was Pentagelli suddenly getting amnesia before the Senate when they brought his brother in from Sicily. Well, yeah, I agree. I agree. Fanny is a mob boss, and Nathan goes along with it. And the truth of the matter is, it's just, he was sweating bricks. I'm pretty sure he done sweated out that suit. He had to take that suit to the cleaners because he was up there sweating bullets. He was sweating bullets. Why was he sweating bullets? Because he knows he says the wrong thing. Fanny and Nathan are going to get up in his behind. And he knows that. That's why he didn't want Ashley Merchant revealing that he was the witness. That he was the one feeding her information. And you be fried. You don't think that Ashley Merchant is smart enough and has the due diligence to fact check the things that he's telling her? Obviously, if she brought it to court, that means that she had some type of way to substantiate the things that he was saying. Or maybe it wasn't that she had things to substantiate what he was saying. Maybe what he was saying was substantiating the things that she already thought and believed. B. Fry says, well, throw Bradley testimony out if you don't trust him. If one person says yes and another says no, they have to be crossed. B. Fry says phone info has not been peer reviewed. The reason why it wasn't peer reviewed is because Fanny and them don't want it to be peer reviewed. They don't want it out there. They don't want to even admit it into court. If that was the case, then why was Fanny fighting so hard in order to get it into the courtroom? Or to not get it into the courtroom? She wrote a whole one of these. You see this on the screen? She did one of these just to make sure that it didn't come out. Oh boy. Jesus Christ. Queenie says, who texts someone 2,000 times and they're not dating? In 6 months too. And the text was like 12,000. That was how many times they called, Queenie. That's how crazy it is. That was calls, phone calls. I don't have that many calls to my mother. Not no freaking 6 months. 12,000 text messages, 2,000 phone calls, 35 location pings. $35. Lynn says, is this one of the bots that Fanny's PR team hired to help her public image? Golly. Yeah, Be Free is something else. But I enjoy him, though. I enjoy them. Seriously. Lynn says, Jay Flames. Thank you, Lynn. B Fry says, I'm so sorry, I keep saying Be Free. B Fry says, no, she didn't fact check the text. Family is poised to put her silhouette stiletto up. I don't understand what you're trying to say. What do you mean she didn't fact check the text? What do you mean? What do you mean she didn't fact check the text? You really think that before she actually filed this court order that she didn't look into anything that was said? What? This is what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Lynn says, we don't need charges. We just need disbarment. She definitely earned that. I agree. I don't really want, yeah, she don't need to go to jail. I mean, she could go to jail. She could probably do a couple years. I'm not going to fake it. She could do a couple years. But she at the very least disbarment. Yeah, she definitely needs to lose her law license and not be able to practice anymore. Definitely. That's a fact. B Fry says Family is going to put her stilettos up Trump's ass. Jesus Christ. Lynn says their phone info argument is hilarious. It's hilarious. Yeah. Oh yeah, Lynn, you got into it right here. Cell phone data is unreliable unless it's one of their defendants. Right. Or unless they're the ones using it to prosecute people. They actually said Ashley Merchant actually revealed that the same person that reviewed their phone information, the same person that Fanny wants to disqualify his input and wants to make sure that it's not admitted in the court, is the same person that Fani Willis is using to prosecute the people in the RICO trial against YSL. That's how hypocritical they are. That's how Be Fried. That's called desperation. That's not chess. That's desperation. That's desperation. Their arguments are nonsensical. It's nonsensical. B Fry says, so an expert could review the phone info. An expert has to present the info. You guys are like Merchant. You taking people's word, got it, without verification. No, that's not true. That's not true because guess what? They didn't admit the person into the they didn't admit them as an expert. They didn't admit him as an expert. So it's not, I mean, yeah, you're just wrong. He wasn't admitted as an expert. They found a loophole, and a loophole it was. It was a loophole. B. Fry says she didn't look into anything that was texted. She took it and ran with it. And what is your proof of that? What is your proof of that accusation? I'm shifting the burden of proof to you now, B. Fry. What is your proof that Ashley Merchant didn't do her due diligence? What is your proof? Because if you're going to make an accusation like that, you need to be able to substantiate it. What is your basis? What is your basis that she didn't do her due diligence? How can you prove that? How can you verify that? Because she was asking them questions. She was asking Terrence Bradley questions. Specific questions. It's not like Terrence Bradley was just volunteering all this information. No, she was asking him specific questions. That means that she was doing research and she was using him to verify what she was finding. You didn't look at the text messages. You obviously didn't look at the text messages. And I get it. I get it. Lynn says, B, they ran the phones. They did. Be Fry says, Fani. I'm not calling her Fani. I'm not calling her Fani. Sorry, I'm not. It's Fanny. Her name is spelled, like Trump said, her name is spelled Fanny. It's spelled Fanny. Her name is spelled Fanny. It's true. And I'm not calling her Fani. I'm sorry, I'm not. Lynn says Trump set her up. B Fry says, you keep going off what they say. Everything has to be peer reviewed. That's not true. And that's not true. I'm not going off of what they say. I'm not just going off of what they say. That's not true. That's absolutely 100% not true. Aren't you only going off of what they say isn't true? By that logic, aren't you only going off of what they say too? You just disagree with what I'm saying. That by your logic, right? Big Fanny. See, I can't say Big Fani. What does Big Fani sound good to you? No, it doesn't. Big Fanny. That's Big Fanny. Big Fanny already got cooked by every single body language and student statement analysis expert on YouTube. Facts. Because Bradley did agree with it. B Fry says, Jesus Christ. Oh my goodness gracious. Bradley didn't agree that the text was fact. It was all speculation. Oh, B Fry, you something else. Lynn says peer review. We all know that is BS. That BS is fixed. Give it up. B Fry says phone records are not verified, but you taking it as fact. I'm saying the phone info needs to be cross-examined. Now you're misrepresenting. Now you're misrepresenting what's going on. I didn't say I was taking it as a fact. I didn't say that. I'm saying that there are phone records. Guess what? If they would release their information, then we know whether it was true or not. It's very possible, though highly unlikely, that they were just having platonic phone calls and conversations. Very possible, but very unlikely. It's very unlikely. Very unlikely. Very unlikely. Like, what are we doing here? Like, what are we talking about? The info's not gonna get cross-examined because guess what? Fani, you happy? Miss Fanny don't want it cross-examined. She doesn't want it in the court. That's why it can't be cross-examined. That's what I mean. I don't think you really looked at the case. I don't think you really understand the case because she's the one, or I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna say you're probably only looking at the case and you're not looking at the things outside of the case that are going on. Every time the the defense has tried to present our evidence, guess what? Fanny is she's writing another brief. No, you can't do this. No, you can't do that. No, you can't do that. No, you can't do that. She's not playing chess. She's playing she's fighting for her life. And by her life, I mean her right to a legacy. This is her legacy on the line. It's her legacy on the line. Lynn says they said that she was a banquet of deception. She is. She's a liar. This is the worst. They left a digital footprint. That's it. And that's a fact. That's what I mean when I say all this information was verified. The 1-800-Flowers, the Fanny's name on the plane ticket, or with the travel agency on the credit card. They left a digital footprint. They left a digital footprint. And so what's going on is that these people weren't even smart enough. They weren't even smart enough to cover their tracks. 1-800-Flowers. I wonder who those were for. B. Fry says, you finally pronounced her name correctly. Yeah, trust me, it won't happen again. They sprung the phone tower info at the last minute. Merchant got her ass kicked. No, that's not. Yeah. yeah. Let's go ahead and get back into this. Let's get. Yeah. So this brief will address the standard of proof recently recognized by the Georgia Court of Appeals and a few circumstances recognized under Georgia law that constitute actual conflict of interest. For conflict of interest for prosecutors. Man. As a threshold matter, the elected district attorney is not merely any prosecuting attorney. She is a constitutional officer, and there is only one such officer in each judicial circuit. It's McLaughlin v. Payne, 295 Georgia. This case, under Georgia's Constitution, a district attorney is constitutionally mandated to represent the state in all criminal cases in the superior court of each of such district attorney circuit. Here, citing more cases. Here, the district attorney seeks only to do exactly that: perform her solemn duties as mandated by the Georgia Constitution. The Georgia Constitution to subserve public justice in a case of great public importance. See State versus Sutherland. The defendants asked the court to impose a novel hair-trigger standard for the disqualification of an elected district official. Or an elected district attorney, but no such standard exists under our law. The true legal standards set forth by our appellate courts and confirmed by, I might have pronounced that wrong, but yeah, don't judge me, and confirmed by statutory language is much higher and requires proof of an actual, palpable conflict of interest with a substantial basis in fact. Lamb versus State, 267 Georgia, 1996. The standard is high for a reason. The public's interest in seeking justice is in no way served by a low standard that would allow trial courts broad authority and validate the public's choice in their elected district attorney, selected by the people to carry out essential constitutional duties, and our state Supreme Court reinforced this high standard just weeks ago. See Lee versus State 2024. Boy, she's determined. She's determined. All criminal defendants have certain rights that must be protected by our system of justice. But among them is neither the right to be tried by a prosecutor of his choosing, Nell versus State, nor the right to delay his prosecution for no good reasons, Terrell versus State. Inappropriate or improper disqualification of a district attorney elected by the people of this county and constitutionally mandated to represent the state in all criminal cases. The Superior Court of this circuit has several consequences, both for the people's faith in their constitutional right to be represented by a district attorney elected by them. See, generally, Kemp versus Gonzalez, 310, Georgia. And for the public's confidence in our system of justice. For the reasons set forth below, the defendant's motion to dismiss the indictment and disqualify the Fulton County District Attorney's Office should be denied. Whew. Oh, man, she is on it. She is on it. Yeah, sorry. I'm sorry, you guys. We're gonna go back to that. We're gonna go back to that. So yeah, so basically B Fry is still crapping on Ashley Merchant. Lynn says that's not true. Ashley did very thorough work. I'm sorry. Quite impressive. I agree. Merchant is a lying loser, B. Fry says. Her husband was worse. Merchant blew it. It's over. I'm sorry, guys. I had to stop reading that because B. Fry is tripping. B. Fry, B. Fry, what are you doing? Why is she a loser? Why is she a loser? Why is she a liar? Why is she any of those things? Because at the end of the day, I'm not seeing you actually substantiate or support anything that you're saying. I'm not coming for you. I'm just saying, I have yet to see you substantiate any position that you have about anybody. All you're doing is just throwing out the same accusations that you're accusing people of doing. And I'm just saying, it's like, that's why people would think that maybe you trolling, because what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, let's just be for real. You've yet to actually say why they're a liar. You've yet to actually say why this should be admitted. You've yet to say why this should be tossed aside. You're just throwing out just random points and positions. And I'm just saying, what's productive about that? How is she a lying loser? That's what I want to know. How is she a lying loser? I don't think her husband gave a great performance. I don't think her husband gave a great performance. I think she would have been better for it. But what did she do to be labeled a lying loser when she's just doing her job? The truth of the matter is the woman is just doing her job. And she's doing a damn good job at it. That's the truth. Because at the end of the day, she conducted a thorough investigation. She has answers for every question that's asked when she's allowed to ask. And yeah, what are we talking about? What is all that hostility for? Or not hostility, but what is the beef that you have with them? Well, I'm curious. Lynn says Fanny acts like hundreds of other DAs didn't come before her. She's not special. She's absolutely not. But let her tell it. God put her in that position. God is doing everything, and she's doing God's work by prosecuting Donald Trump. Let her tell it. B. Fry says because she is going to the state and lying about the case by omitting facts to the senators. No, that's not true. She's presenting her case. That's the whole reason. It's better because, excuse me, because in a hearing, there's going to be people like Nervous Boy that always want to object to everything, and therefore you can't actually get through what you're trying to get through. What she did is she presented her case and gave her evidence. But again, you're not actually saying what's true and what isn't true. You're not saying how she's lying. You're not saying what she's omitting that is facts. You don't even know the facts. Let's just be for real. Look, I'm sorry, but you don't know what actually happened, B. Fry. You don't know what happened. You have just as much information as the rest of us. So you can't just sit there and just act like, oh, well, this is facts. This isn't facts. Oh, this is facts. This isn't facts. This is facts. This isn't facts. What are you doing? Like, what are you talking about? Everything that you said, every time I've asked you to substantiate a position, your position has been, oh, well, they got up on the stand and they said this. Oh, they got to cross-examine this. So really, you don't have any. You're not actually presenting any substantial evidence, or like to substantiate what you're saying is what I mean. And that's, you don't like understand why they could be like a little, why they could come across as a little trollish. I'm just saying. Like, come on, man. B. Fry says, prior to the start of the case, 5 so-called witnesses never showed up. Bradley never impeached anyone. My beef with her is she have people's careers on the line with no proof. That's the point. Well, then let the judge be the one to determine that. You don't know that they don't have proof. You're just giving the same opinion that everybody else is. So I'm just wondering what makes it so true just because you say it versus other people. That's what I want to know. Yeah, I mean, I get that, and I get that you may have watched the trial, and I get that. I mean, we did too, but I'm just saying, it's just, you're not actually substantiating why you saying or what you believe. Lynn says, if it looks like a duck, quack, quack. That's not true. That's not true. B. Fry says, what's said on the stand is considered fact. That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. If that was the case, then perjury wouldn't exist. That's not true. That's what I'm talking about. It's not true. It's a disingenuous argument. It's fallacious at best. It's not true. It's not true. Because if people, no, I'm not even gonna let myself even go that. It's not true. That's not considered. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. Not considered as fact. People perjure themselves on the stand all the time. It's not considered as fact. That's not how that works. Okay, I get that you watched the trial, but I mean, like we did too. So that's what I'm saying. Like I mean, it's possible for two people to watch the same thing and get a different outcome. But I'm just asking you to substantiate what you're saying instead of just calling her a liar. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying that's not like you just. It's over, J Red. I don't hear no fat lady singing. After cross, that's how we judge. That's not true. That's not true. After cross, then guess what? After cross, then somebody would be accused of perjury if it's found out to be not true, regardless of whether it's after the trial or before the trial. That's why they would go back and appeal. They would appeal or they would give it a mistrial because guess what? It's wrong. Lynn said, "What's said on the stand is evidence." And that's the key right there. That's the key right there. It's evidence. Just because it's evidence doesn't make it fact. The jury and the judge are the ones that determine basically like the judge or the jury is the finder of facts. Thank you, Lynn. I feel like I'm in a Twilight Zone sometimes. Jesus. What's said on the stand is, I'm sorry. Bradley said he had no knowledge, and he lied on the stand too. So I mean, what are you trying to say? Two things can't be true. You can't argue that he's not reliable and then say that he's reliable. Bradley lied on the stand. He lied on the stand. My position is that he was telling the truth in the text messages. He lied on the stand and was telling the truth on the text messages. That's my position. Because just because somebody says that they don't know or they don't recall doesn't make it true. It doesn't make it true. Merchant didn't tell the committee that Bradley said he was speculation. No, she told the committee how she got the information based off of the questions that were asked for. She said they watched the trial. They saw the trial just like everybody else did. They had access to that information. They didn't ask about Bradley's testimony. They asked how she got the information. She told them how she got the information. The reason how she got the information is not speculation. It wasn't speculation. It was because Bradley was telling her, and he wasn't telling her in a speculative manner. He was telling her as if what he was telling the same other two people that he was telling, or the same other lawyers and judges he was going to, he was telling them what happened. It's not speculation. Lynn says, actually, the jury is instructed that if they believe a witness is lying, they can assume everything they said is untrue. That's facts. That's what they mean when they say an unreliable witness. B. Fry says you're equivocating based on testimony. You're equivocating based on testimony. That becomes evidence. Texts aren't under cross. Bradley is. You're not understanding. The text messages, they don't have to be under cross. Bradley admitted that they happened. B. Fry, you said you watched the trial. Bradley admitted that the fucking text messages happened. I'm sorry. I really be trying to stop cussing on here. You know, YouTube and his rules. But he admitted that the text messages were his. He admitted that they were real. Once that happens, it doesn't matter. He said that they were real. He said that that's what happened. He said, oh, I don't recall, but guess what? Whenever she presented the paper to him, Bradley said they were real. He said that they were real. You come on, man. This is just ridiculous. This is ridiculous. You're literally just nitpicking things because you don't like the other side. And if you just said that, then I'd be like, okay, I get it. But the fact is, you're ignoring everything that's really going on and trying to pretend. Come on. Jesus Christ. The text, if Bradley says that the texts are real, if they say that the texts are real, his own attorneys admit that the texts were real, they admitted that the texts were real, then what are you talking about? What are you talking about, B. Fry? Come on. What do you mean, are the texts real? Are the texts fact? All I'm saying is that they happened. The text means that he was talking to her. He was having communication with her. That means that the things that he was saying, and guess what? You're also you're also forgetting that the judge interviewed Terrence Bradley off the record, to verify whether things were protected by attorney-client privilege. The judge knows exactly what the French toast is going on. Lynn says, one lie destroys all credibility, and that's absolutely true. You cannot lie on the stand and expect to keep your credibility. That's the truth. You can't lie on the stand and expect to keep your credibility. One lie destroys it all. You become an uncredible witness, and guess what? You lose your standing. You lose your standing. And the minute that Terrence Bradley got up there lying on the stand, guess what? All of that, I don't recall. BS. Attorney-client privilege. BS. All of it's BS now because you could not lie. Lynn says Jay knows his law. I actually really don't. I'm not even gonna sit there and cap to you. It's just I just pay attention to this stuff a lot. And when you when I do have an interest in it, but I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I know everything. But guess what? Google is free. That's why I don't understand why people don't understand some of this stuff, because Google is free. Google is free. You can look up this stuff. If you don't understand something, you can look it up. And that's why the internet is so great, because it's just like the same thing about how, guess what? Nathan Wade, are you still married or not? I can Google it and see that Nathan Wade is still married. So I don't know. I don't know, but I appreciate you. But yeah, don't suit my head up. Don't suit my head up, please. No, I appreciate you though. Thank you. All jokes aside, I thank you. Appreciate it. B Fry says, are the texts true? Bradley also said the text was speculation. That's equivocating. It doesn't matter if the texts are true, because at the end of the day, the text happened. They happened. The issue isn't whether the texts are true or not. The issue is because you're forgetting. They're only trying to prove that there's doubt. They're only trying to prove that there is appearance of impropriety, that there's appearance of conflict of interest. That's what they're trying to prove. So guess what? Those text messages support a claim that they're not being honest on the stand. Because guess what? The records wouldn't mean anything if they didn't think that they weren't being honest, and they wouldn't be willing to fight you to keep the records from getting out. The actual records that they could subpoena, they had to get a search warrant if they want to actually get, if they want the text messages, they have to get a search warrant. That's how far they have to go. So, yes, you're right. The phone records, yes, it's not just end-all, be-all evidence, because there could be whatever in those text messages. But at the end of the day, we all know that you're not communicating with somebody like that as much, and y'all not messing around. It's the truth of the matter. You don't even talk to family that much. Lynn says he said absolutely. That's definitive. Yes, and there was nothing speculative. There was nothing. Yeah, I should have said French toast. I'm sorry. That's what I should have said. I'm sorry. But yes, if you look at those text messages, there was nothing speculative about it, about his tone. He knew exactly what he was talking about. He was correcting her. He was pointing her in directions to go to in order to get leads. He was helping her organize her argument. He even told her to put him back into an argument when she took him out of it. So no, we're not gonna just sit there and play these games. I'm sorry. No. Lynn says French toast. Gotta love that French toast. B Fry is bringing the best out of J Red. Funny. Is this how you guys like me? You like me riled up, huh? Is that what it is? I see you. Nah. That's funny. B Fry says, no, they need a conflict. Tech support that Bradley isn't being honest. Bradley is their witness. Lynn says the county is being flooded with irate callers over this. She's not remaining the DA if it can't happen. Talk about taint. Yes. B Fry laughing. Yeah, you got me, B Fry. You got me. Is this how y'all like to see me, huh? I feel you. I feel you. But yeah, I understand what you're saying about them needing a conflict of interest. That's literally been what a big debate in the whole trial. But they're trying to say that they don't need that. So that's up to the judge again. It's up to the judge. It's up to the judge. And regardless of what you guys like think, it's just I don't know. B Fry said we're not going through that document today. We're gonna go at it. No, he didn't. Just because somebody said, and we had this discussion, just because somebody presents an argument to someone doesn't mean that they schooled them. It doesn't mean that. There's nothing to support the idea that he schooled the judge when the judge is the one that makes the final decision. We don't know what the judge is thinking or what the judge is gonna say. He didn't. And you can't say that he schooled him when he looked a fool while he was doing it. So I mean, no. If you have to go through all that in order to get to the meat or whatever it is, then guess what? Maybe it's just not meant. Maybe that's not meant like to be the case. Maybe that's just not meant to be the case. I don't see it. I didn't see that. I didn't see him schooling the judge. And we watched it together. I didn't see that. I didn't see that. And like I said, I mean, this is just, it's just something else, man. Nervous Boy said, I'm sorry. B Fry says, Nervous Boy said money was exchanged, true, but that exchange of money never benefited Fani. See, you write her name like that, I'll say Fani. But that's a lie. No, no. See, this is the thing, B Fry. You keep doing this. You keep doing it. Just because someone makes an argument does not mean that argument is fact. It doesn't mean that it's definitive. So just because he says that there was never money benefit, that Fani didn't benefit from it, guess what? Fanny benefited from it because who was Nathan spending the money on? Who was he spending the money on? He was spending the money on trips with her. And then, okay, you know what? You know what? Let's just have this full-on conversation then. Let's have this full-on conversation because you brought up earlier that Fanny was paying him back with cash, right? So where did Fanny get that money from? Where did Fanny get that money from? What money was Fanny paying in cash that she testified in court that she was paying for? She was paying him back allegedly with campaign money, which is illegal. You can't do that. People go to jail for that. You can't do that. No, and yes, it was proven. It was proven. It was proven. The truth of the matter is, it was proven because guess what? It's on record that he was taking her on trips. It's on record, and she said that she was paying him back. It's on record that she said that she kept the cash in her house, and she took that and she would pay him back in cash. Guess what? If she did pay him back on cash, guess what? That's illegal. It's illegal. It's illegal. It's illegal. It's illegal. It was her campaign money. Campaign money. She said she would borrow from the campaign money to pay him back. That's illegal. It's illegal. You can't do that. Yes, it is. It's illegal. It's 100% illegal. You cannot use campaign money, and anybody, even the senators said that. You cannot use campaign money to fund personal ventures. You can't use campaign money to fund personal ventures. If you take campaign money that people donated to support your campaign, you take that money and you go buy yourself a Rolls Royce with it, or you go buy yourself plane tickets to Bahamas, yes, that's wrong. You can't do that. You can't do that. It's illegal. You can't do that. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If it's campaign money, you're not allowed to use it. You can't touch campaign money. You can't touch campaign money. And no, she didn't. She didn't finance her own campaign by herself. No, she had donators. She had donators, and that's not true. She might have had $50K that she put in, but she didn't. She that wasn't the sole money that she was using. That's not true. Lynn says Fani laundered the money through her lover's business escrow account. Yes, avoiding taxes and his wife's lawyer's scrutiny. Then they turned the cash into marital benefits for Fanny and the philanderer. Golly, thank you, Lynn, for making sense. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. God, B. Fry, I don't know what you were watching, but I just need you to understand how hypocritical you being. You're being real hypocritical. It's just really hypocritical. Goodness gracious. Tara Harris says, and she and Wade are going. I hope I pronounced that. Tara, is it Tara? I'm sorry. I hope I pronounced that right. She and Wade are going to jail for real, for real. I agree. I agree. They need to. They really do need to when you really think about it. B. Fry says he's gonna stand by his Fanny Willis. He gonna stand by her. He's gonna stand. And Tara Harris says, "Oh, okay, thank you." Tara Harris says she can't prosecute people and be a corrupt lawyer. Yeah, yeah. What kind of faith does she have? There's Fanny has to be. She has to be disbarred. She has to be. She needs to lose her license. She should not be allowed to continue to practice law in the state of Georgia. That's just the truth of the matter. It's the truth of the matter. B Fry says, just apologize to me with a smile when Fani is cleared. I'm gonna stop calling her Fani. I'm gonna just let you know that's probably the last time. Just Fanny. But just I mean, if I'm wrong, like I'm not above that, but I just want you to know that I'm not gonna sit there and just be like, oh, you're right, because at the end of the day, I think that they morally are wrong. I think that they morally and ethically are wrong. So regardless of the outcome, because the judge could get tainted in this case. The judge can get tainted. So regardless of the outcome, there needs to be consequences for her. So I'm not finna just sit there and just be like, oh yeah, well, I guess it's just lost case. No, if she's allowed to get away with this, it will be a grave a grave offense against the integrity of the basically the entire criminal justice system, and not just the criminal justice system, but the criminal system in general, or the legal system in general. And that's the truth, because what are y'all talking about? What? Lynn says Wade's in so much trouble for their escrow business. Yeah, I don't think wifey was supposed to know about that one. Yeah, the wife that B Fry says he's not married, so there's nothing to worry about. But I'm pretty sure though his ex-wife's lawyers would be really intrigued to learn more about that escrow account. Just saying, but he's not married, so it's not like he has anything to worry about. He's absolutely married, guys. He's absolutely still 100% married to this day. Just so you know. Don't tell B Fry though. Like, okay. Tara Harris says all those cases she prosecuted are already filing appeals. Oh, wow. Wow. Think about it. Guys, think about it. Imagine working that hard, doing all that all that corruption just to get up to a position of power, get up to a great position of power, and then to lose it all. To lose it all just because you couldn't, you couldn't, you just had to get your cheeks clapped by a married man. And goodness gracious, that's bad. That's bad. That's bad. That's really bad. That's bad. B Fry says, I'm talking to the entire J Red crew. Hey man, leave them out of this. This is between me and you, buddy. This is between me and you. No, they good. No, leave them out of there. They ain't gotta do nothing. It's between me and you, buddy. Sorry. There ain't no apologize. They ain't gotta apologize for nothing. I said what I said. He says all y'all apologize. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. They don't need to apologize for anything. They ain't say nothing wrong. You know what I'm saying? They didn't say nothing wrong at all. At all. At all. I mean, honestly, you should probably apologize for even saying that, but I digress. Lynn says that won't be happening. Tara Harris says absolutely. B Fry says if she is cleared, maybe you should reassess. I think that's what you meant to say. Reassess your thinking. Tara Harris says she opened up a can of worms. They're done. Yeah, I agree. This is bad. This is bad. This is bad. Lynn says, yes, Tara, she's going to leave a big mess behind her, Fatty. Lynn says she won't be cleared. Tara says she went into the church in front of God and his congregation. In the pastor's letter, the pastors actually had the audacity to let that woman get up in front of their congregation with no merits. Like, and you know, I've said this before, but can you believe just how open the church has gotten with just letting people get in front of the pulpit, get in front of the congregation? What is this? Where are the days when the church was supposed to be the moral high ground? And now they letting an adulterous woman get up there and basically parade around and weaponize religion and weaponize, you know, she's basically just being a Democratic agent. And I hate to say that, but when I say Democrats, this is what I mean. I mean demonic aristocrats. So these rich people that are sitting there operating under demonic energy that is the leftist the leftist ideology, and these people are just they're sick, and they're trying to weaponize religion. They're trying to weaponize just the idea and the people, like specifically the black people, and it's just sick. But I'm the sellout because I say that the culture needs work. I'm the sellout. Okay. Now God giving her that karma is one of God's tools. Now God gonna show her nobody is above him. I agree. Thanks for stopping through, Tara. I appreciate it for real. Lynn says, I'm sure there's a ton more dirt on her. Oh yeah, for sure. B Fry says, not wrong. Lynn says, God don't like ugly. Yeah, and the way Fanny acts is really pretty ugly. But you know, she's doing his work though. She's doing his work. B Fry says, church is for people who need help. There is zero evidence of a conflict against Fanny. I told you I'm not gonna keep calling her Fanny, but oh man, what does that even mean? What does that even mean? There's zero evidence. What do you just like? B Fry, what did you think of that? What did you think of that black guy that was trying to interrogate Ashley Merchant? What did you think of him? Do you agree with him? Do you agree with his approach and how he did things? That how he totally derailed that conversation? How do you feel about that? How do you feel about that? Do you think he just gave it to Ashley Merchant? Is that what you think? Lynn says, totally based, Jay. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate you for stopping through and watching it. I genuinely do. I appreciate you guys for the support. Seriously. If she needs help, support, go to church. The church is for spiritual help. It's for your spirit. It's not for your political gains. It's not for your political gains. I'm sorry. The church is not for your the church is not for you to use as a weapon for political gains. It's not for you to use to weaponize for people so you can get what you want politically. You know what I mean? It's not for that. The church is for your spirit. It's for your soul. It's not for you to sit there and rely upon to bail you out when you make a fool out of yourself in front of the world. That's not what it's for. That's not what it's for. That's not what it's for, and that's the truth. B. Fry says, yes, I agree with him. I mean, it's not surprising. He made a fool of himself. That guy had to be the one guy, and I hate to be the one to say it right now because I'm really not in that headspace, but Why is it that the one black guy had to be the guy that sit there and constantly derail that situation? Why would he have to be the one guy that took things off the rails? And that's just the truth of the matter. I'm sorry. I'm not here to crap on black folks or anything like that. That's not, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not here to do that. I'm sitting here just talking about just the facts of the matter is. That guy was combative. He was argumentative. He couldn't let her answer a question. He looked silly. So, I mean, I'm just saying, like, Tara says, do not commit adultery, one of the 10 commandments. She didn't get the memo. Yeah, but apparently churches are okay letting open adulterers up in front of the pulpit to speak to the congregation, talking about weapons formed against her. Weapons formed against her. But what about that weapon that she let inside of her that was married, that belonged to another woman? What about that weapon? That weapon was okay to be formed against her, right? That's just crazy to me. That's crazy to me. Why are people so okay with that? Like, yes, she was adultering, not like actively adultering. It wasn't like she just did it. No, the only reason they stopped their relationship is because they got caught. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, D. Fry says he pointed out some inconsistency. What inconsistency did he point out? All he did was just overtalk her and misrepresent her points. The typical leftist strategy, typical Democratic strategies. I'm sorry. I didn't see that. Paul was an unaliver. He became one of Jesus' main disciples. Oh. Was Paul a disciple or was he an apostle? Let's just be, I'm going to fact check that real quick because I don't think Paul was a disciple. I think the disciples were the ones that Jesus chose while he was alive, and then they became apostles after he died. I'm pretty sure about that. But I'm going to fact check that real quick. I'm going to fact check it because at the end of the day, I care about telling you guys the truth. Was Paul a disciple or an apostle? Just like I thought, Paul, for example, is referred to as an apostle and was one of the most influential figures in early Christianity because of his letter writing Christian. Yes, so yeah, look, guys, I know a little bit. I'm sorry, I know a little bit. I'm sorry, Paul was not a disciple. There's a difference, and you might think that it's petty, but no, it matters. Apostles have a different responsibility than disciples. Disciples were just learners. They're people that learn from God directly. And that's just, I don't know. I don't know. That's just, Lynn says her father sounded like an OG con man, if you ask me, shady AF. Yeah, I agree. I might react to the dad's testimony too, because I think that all of it is pretty funny. Because the apple usually doesn't fall far from the tree, and you could tell that she was influenced probably a lot by her dad, and so I'm probably gonna look at that too and just deep dive into that. Tara Harris says she used the black victim speech. Yeah, because they love that victim mentality. They love it. And it's really funny. But that's all that black Democrats really have to base themselves on. And we know that Fanny Willis and Kamala Harris are in cahoots. We know that they're in cahoots. So yeah, that black victim speech, you know that was coming. Great comment though, because I personally hate that black victim speech. I hate it. I hate it. I cannot stand this black victim mentality that or the victim mentality that a lot of blacks have. I genuinely can't stand it. So I appreciate this comment for calling that out too. B Fry says, "Let he who is without sin cast the first stone." And okay, before you see, this is the other thing, B Fry. See, if you want to keep bringing up the Bible, what is the situation that Jesus was talking about, or that Jesus was bringing up when he said that? Who was he talking to? Why was he talking to them? Do you remember? Do you remember why Jesus said that? Because he didn't just say that for no reason. That doesn't apply to everyone. Why did Jesus say that? Why? Who was he talking to? Who was he talking to, B Fry? I'm gonna give you time to answer. Who was he talking to, B Fry? What Jesus, when Jesus said, and no, he wasn't part. No, people made him part of the team. But no, that's not what I meant. When Jesus was talking about he who cast the first stone, it was because he was being questioned by Pharisees who were basically trying to catch him up. They were trying to get him in gotcha moments. So Jesus basically said, if you're gonna judge people, then just make sure that you don't have any sins first. So it's context to that. It doesn't mean that you can't call people out for doing wrong. It's saying that they were asking Jesus, what should we do if we're in this situation? What should we do if we're in this situation? And Jesus was saying, well, if that's the case, you know what I mean? People, you can't just quote the Bible. I'm just saying, you can't just quote the Bible. Add the context. Lynn says, I think Wade played her purposely and with a plan before he met her. That's really what it will really lead you to believe that, because why were they having so much contact before they even got in a relationship? Before they got in a relationship, and then mysteriously, once he gets the job, then he files for divorce from his wife, and then now him and Fanny are in this secret relationship. Now they're going on trips. Now they're doing all this stuff. Honestly, and Nathan Wade is making $500,000 more than everybody else that's working with him. So honestly, on paper, if it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, that's just the truth. It looks bad, and that's all. That's why they say it appears to be a conflict of interest. It looks bad. Tara says she shut his butt down, and she said he must have been watching a different case because he got checked. I agree. You talking about Ashley Merchant, right? Yeah, I agree. I agree. The guy was not very informed. He wouldn't let her answer the question. He was just talking over her. He was just clearly, before she'd even be done talking, he'd already be in the middle of his sentence. It was not good faith. It wasn't good faith, and that's just the truth. Point is, Jesus made him part of his team. I could be semantical about that, but not. But yeah, I'll give you that one. But I could really be semantical about that and just say it's not true. Because how could Jesus make him part of his team when Jesus was dead when Paul was running around? How is that true? How is that true? Like, how could that be? People made him part of the. That's what I'm saying. Well, I could be like I said, that's semantical, but Lynn says, that is not an argument, B. Try again. Yeah. B says, regardless, Paul is a main character in the Bible, and he was a killer, unaliver. That's my point, Lynn. But what does that mean, though? What does that mean? Then B. Fry says, adultery. I think that was in response to what they were talking about. Tara says, first off, if she wanted to go after the government, she should have cleaned her closet. Those people will have her homeless for sure. Facts. You don't do something like this with a dirty house, and that's the problem. If they had never put themselves in this situation, none of this dirt would have come out. But Fanny is so obsessed with power. She's so obsessed with power, and like Terrence Bradley said in the text messages, he said arrogance. They're arrogant. Lynn says it was Mary Madeline. And she said, Tara says they judge Mary Madeline, and Wade. She says, and Wade had no experience, none whatsoever. They said he's never prosecuted. He never prosecuted anyone before in his life for a felony. He never prosecuted a felony ever before in his life. Ever. Ever. Tara Harris says yes. Lynn says Jesus was defending a whore similar to Fanny. Maybe that's B's point. Maybe. Maybe. Wade was Fanny's mentor because he ran for judge, and then Fanny was running for judge. Yeah, that was back when they were municipal court judges. None of them existed. Oh man, don't. What do you mean none of them existed? What does that mean? Are you? Come on. I never understood why people always feel the need to shit on people that Christianity. Excuse my French, but like it's just something I just never really understood. Why is it that everybody always feels the need? Oh, I just have to tell you that what you believe in just isn't true. I'm sorry, like, okay, I mean that's what you think. Tara Harris says he was being very unprofessional and ghetto, just like Fanny. That's a fact. And it's no coincidence, in my opinion, that people from a certain side or a certain particular, I guess, demographic that they act the same. It's not surprising. Because Fanny went up there and acted a fool. Now he went there and acted a fool. They was having a good meeting. Everything was going okay. But then he had to be that guy. He just had to be that guy. He had to be that guy. And what I hate the most is that the black guy had to be that guy in that situation. The combative one, the one that just looks ghetto, and the one that just makes black people look stupid. I hate that. Ugh, it's disgusting. B. Fry says, I'm just going from what a book said. Says, too bad y'all don't recognize royalty. Tara Harris says, LOL, Lynn. Yeah, Lynn's funny. But he has turned 12 fake electric aura and 3 Trump lawyers. He says, man, stop it. Man, he says, man, stop. We just talking. Don't take it personal. I apologize. I mean, who says I was taking it personal? I'm not taking it personal. I mean, I accept the apology, but I'm not taking it personal. No, I just get passionate sometimes. I just get passionate. You know what I mean? You've awoken you the one that awoken the beast. You the one that like I was chilling. I was chilling. I was just sit there gonna read this report. It's gonna go off on Fanny like how I normally do. But yeah, I was chilling. I thought we was talking. I'm not taking it personal. Yeah, I'm not taking it personal at all. I appreciate it. It's fun to me. Lynn says B. Tales that endure the test of time are way more valid than anything manufactured in the last century. Facts. Facts. Tara says, right, it's embarrassing. Yeah, it really is. It really is. I'm tired of being embarrassed for people. I'm tired of being embarrassed to look like people because of how they choose to act when they get up in public, or when, like, people aren't gonna see this. He acted a fool. He acted a fool. Fanny acted a fool. And right, it's 100% embarrassing. It's 100% embarrassing. Lynn says, yep, Tara. B Fry says, I was proud of the black senator. Yeah, I mean, yeah, the guy looks stupid. He looks stupid. I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry, but the guy looked dumb. And the only people that I really see celebrating that type of behavior is black people. I hate to say that. But you don't see that from other races. You don't see that from other people. You don't see that from other people. Why is it that black folks are the only ones that literally support and celebrate people looking stupid? Idiocy, bad behavior, piss poor behavior. Black people are the only ones that support that shit. Sorry, I'm trying to stop cussing, y'all. I'm trying to stop. Oh, God. I'm trying to stop cussing so bad. But black people are the only ones that sit up there and defend just pure stupidity. Anytime black folks get up there and make a fool out of themselves, like this is the same people that were defending Fanny. Oh, she didn't make a fool out of herself. She defended herself because they were coming after her. They're coming after her. It don't mean nothing that they're coming after her because she's coming after somebody else. No, like, come on. When is it gonna not be? When is the standard of the black community gonna make it okay to tell people that it's not okay to make the community look stupid? When is that gonna be okay? When is it gonna be okay to shame people for making the race look bad? For making the ethnicity look bad? For making black people look bad? When are we gonna bring back shaming? Because at the end of the day, some people need to be shamed. People like that senator, you need to be shamed because you're in a position. You were voted, and this is what people voted for, and you're an idiot. You're an idiot. You're incompetent. You're incompetent. You can't do your job right. That's like Cori Bush. Cori Bush. I use her, St. Louis. I'm from St. Louis. Cori Bush doesn't know how to define what a woman is. She doesn't know how to define what a woman is. But people voted for her because she's a black woman. Okay? So we keep putting these people in positions because they're black, and we're riding for them because they're black, but then at the same time, they get there and they can't do their fucking job. Or they can't do the French toast job. I'm just saying, this is not, why is it that the ones that look like us always have to make us look stupid? It's just sad, man. It's sad. Frankly, I'm sick of it, to be honest. B Fry's laughing, Tara Harris laughing. These courts about to be upset because everyone she prosecuted is filing appeals. Yeah, and that's the that's the worst thing. I know. Yeah, I know people are pissed. No, I know they're pissed. B Fry said she said Fanny was trying to get more money, but they offered her client a $5,000 penalty and a misdemeanor. No, but no, you didn't listen. They also wanted the client to testify. They wanted the client to testify, which she made a judgment call that it wasn't a good deal. She's allowed to do that. You talking about Miss Merchant, right? You talking about Ashley Merchant. She's allowed to say that it was a bad deal. Tara Harris says these people in these positions and don't have no morals or integrity, none whatsoever. No morals, no integrity. And it's really sad. B Fry says, I agree with you. You just got the wrong people. Yeah, I mean that's fair. I mean, I'm used to being on on the opposite side of a lot of people. I mean, I get it. But at the end of the day, I don't believe that I have the wrong people. I'm a pretty objective person. And that's the thing. I'm objective. And I don't have any stakes in this. You know what I mean? I don't really no, I don't think that Trump did anything wrong per se enough to warrant what's going on. I think that you're allowed to challenge the results of something, but when you make it impossible for somebody to do that, then guess what? I think that creates a spiral effect, and that's what the Democrats are doing. If you want to preserve the integrity of an election, then I believe you should be allowed to challenge the results of that election. That's how you uphold the integrity. Recount them. Results the same. Guess what? Proves that the results are the results. The results are different. Well, what happened? What changed? So, I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, let's just be real. It just goes back to what Tara was saying. These people don't have morals and integrity. They don't. So it's not that I got the wrong people. I'm judging these people based off of their actions, their morals, their integrity, and they don't have any. And as a person that does, as a person that goes off and judges people by their morals and their integrity, I'm saying that I haven't picked the wrong side. I'm saying that they're wrong. Fanny is wrong. Nathan Wade is wrong. And I'm not going to ride with them just because they black. That's what I'm saying. I didn't pick the wrong side. Lynn says the black senators stepped right into that leftist space. No doubt they installed these kinds of people. Facts. The Democrats use them as lackeys. Fleekers call them Muppets. Yeah. I mean, that's really what they are, because they just sitting there. The Democratic Party is just sitting there just puppet string. That's why I'm on YouTube, because guess what? There are no strings. There are no strings up here. No strings. So I can say what I want within the confines of YouTube's rules and guidelines, of course. But but seriously, these people are lackeys. They're lackeys of the Democratic Party, and they don't really have any real backbone or spine or conviction. They don't really have any conviction, and they don't really believe the things that they say. They just are, and they're just lackeys. And they go get them. That's why Fanny was meeting with Kamala Harris, because Kamala Harris was probably puppet mastering her against Donald Trump. Tara says, totally agree. Race should have nothing to do with it. Absolutely nothing. I think 90% of the things that race is involved in should have absolutely nothing to do with race. I feel like people throw that race card out way too much. Lynn says, doesn't matter who it is, good and bad comes in every color. Fact. It's the truth. It's the truth. I mean, I personally like I lean more towards the side where I objectively force or not objectively, but I conscientiously force myself to not look at people through the lens of color, because habits are hard to break. But and I've been down that leftist road, and I've been down that pro black road. I've been down that damn borderline Hebrew Israelite road. You know what I mean? So it's like I've been woke, and I've somehow, by the grace of God, I was able to break free from that matrix. I was able to break free from that matrix. But I'm not saying that just to crap on leftists. I'm saying that because I broke free, because their ways. Their ways. So I don't just sit there and just look at people and give people passes because of the color of their skin. I don't. Good and bad is in every color. So you judge people based off of the contents of their character, how they behave, their morals, their standards, whether they have integrity or not. These are things that are so much more important than how you look or how much melanin is in your skin. All those things are important. The melanin in your skin is not important. That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. Tara says, truth, Lynn, and I agree too. Definitely. B. Fry says, that's what we have in common. We are objective. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I enjoy talking to you. I mean, I might not agree with you, you know what I mean? I'm gonna get frustrated, but at the end of the day, I mean, yeah, it's all love over here, man. For real. Tara says, I was a true Democrat, but not anymore. Same. Same. It's the best thing I ever did. Tara says, Gore and Bush asked the same question about the elections and they didn't get a RICO. So did Hillary Clinton. So did it's a lot of people. And you're right. Just when you really think about it, the election has been challenged. The results have been challenged numerous times. But Donald Trump is the only one that they want to give a RICO to. He's the only one. B. Fry says, we did recount and have 62 court cases. No court agreed with him. Trump tried to steal an election. That's not the same thing. Losing your appeals is not the same thing as trying to steal an election. Nobody can prove that Donald Trump tried to steal an election. People love to say that. People love to say that, but Donald Trump, there's no proof. There's no actual proof that Donald Trump tried to steal the election. There is proof that people tried to steal the election from him. There is proof about that. There's a Time magazine article speaking about how these people worked behind the scenes in order to make sure that Donald Trump didn't win the 2020 election. There are people that literally admitted that they were working behind the scenes to keep Donald Trump from winning. So if there was anybody that tried to steal an election, guess what? There's people that did steal the election at the end of the day, regardless of how you want to look at it. That's out there. It's out there. B. Fry says, you have 2 strings for your hood. No, I don't, because I'm not from the hood. I'm not from the hood. I don't have no love for the hood. What does that mean? I don't have no strings for the hood. What does that mean? Tara says they drank the Kool-Aid. What kind of Kool-Aid was it? Lynn says, I've never voted Democrat and I plan to keep that streak going. Yeah. Yeah, good for you. Good for you because I regret it so much. I regret it. I regret it definitely. Um, B. Fry says he's the only president that's called and asked for 11,000 more votes and have fake electors submit false documents. That's an attempt to steal. No, that's called mischaracterizing what somebody said. He said he needs to find those votes. That means that that's what he needed to win. That means he wanted the votes. Ah, you're funny. he said that's that's mischaracterizing what he said. Like seriously, that's just mischaracterizing what he said. He says I need to find the votes. That doesn't mean that I need to make the votes appear or I need to pull the votes out of my butt. It means that I need those votes. That's what I'm down. That's what that means. It's like intentionally mischaracterizing what he said, and I'm just yeah, it's exhausting. No, fake alert. Golly, be fried, be fried, be fried. Says, aren't you wearing a hoodie? Funny. Says, are there strings attached to your hoodie? Yes, there are strings attached to my hoodie. Yes, yes, they're attached. Tara Harris says they don't like Trump because President of the United States is supposed to sit back and let the House and Congress run the country. And Trump told they to go away. Told them to go away. He was gonna do it himself. Biden is a puppet. I 100% agree with that. And I'm going to just say this, and I know this might not be nice, but I am 100% convinced that Joe Biden, the minute that he gets off stage, they sit him down in a wheelchair, they roll him into a green room, they put a blanket over him, and then they give him a juice box to sip on, and they just let him sit there until it's time for him to go to sleep. I'm convinced. Sleepy Joe needs help. He needs help. He doesn't need to be trying to run the country. He needs help. He needs help running his brain. No offense. Lynn says 100-mile car parade for Trump in Maricopa County, Arizona, just before Biden won. The whole thing prevented their BS. They've been stealing elections for decades. Facts. But it's okay when they do it. It's okay when they do it. Be Free says y'all done drank the Kool-Aid. What flavor? What flavor? I want to know. I love Kool-Aid. What flavor? Lynn says he's repeating mainstream media talking points. Facts. Tara says Biden is not being prosecuted for nothing because he got dementia. Yeah, I agree. But he's the big guy though. What do you feel about that, B. Fry? Do you think that that's okay? Do you think all the criminal activities of the Biden family is okay? Do you think that it's okay for Biden to use his position as vice president to basically intimidate other countries into firing their elected officials? Do you think that that's okay? Do you think that Biden using Hunter Biden to broker not drug deals, but to broker deals with other countries while his son uses the money to get high and bang prostitutes and whores? I mean, what do you think about that? He's the big guy. Biden is the big guy. B Fry says orange. Yuck. Yuck. Yeah, it's cherry or lemonade for me. Maybe fruit punch. Maybe, but yeah, orange. Yuck. Lynn says yes, Tara. Yeah, Tara been speaking facts too. Lynn been speaking facts too. B Fry, you tripping? If it's proven, no, it's not okay. Nothing is proven. Well, Biden. Well, when I talked about Biden using his power to get an elected official from another country fired, Biden said that himself. Biden said that himself. That's his story. That's his story. You know what? We're gonna come back to that. It's Biden's story. Let him tell it. God, man. You still gonna, it's best to just go ahead and, because beef fried don't believe fat meat is greasy, so. In 2006, Ukrainian prosecutor General Viktor Shokin, in his investigation of corruption involving Burisma Holdings, a natural gas company, identified Hunter Biden as the recipient of over $3 million from the company. Not wanting this corruption exposed, Joe Biden swung into action using U.S. loan guarantees as hostage while demanding Shokin be fired. Amazingly, now Joe Biden now brags about his actions in this manner.
I remember going over convincing our team, or others too, convincing us that we should be providing for loan guarantees. And I went over for, I guess, the 12th, 13th time to Kyiv, and I was supposed to announce that there was another $1 billion loan guarantee. And I had gotten a commitment from Poroshenko and from Yatsenyuk that they would take action against the state prosecutor, and they didn't. So they said they were walking out to press conference. I said, no, I said, we're not going to give you the $1 billion. They said, you have no authority. You're not the president. The president said. I said, call him. I said, I'm telling you, you're not getting the $1 billion. I said, you're not getting the $1 billion. I'm going to be leaving here. And I think it was, 6 hours? I said, I'm leaving in 6 hours. If the prosecutor's not fired, you're not getting the money. Well, son of a bitch. Got fired. And they put in place someone who was solid.
The double standard is appalling, Lynn says. I 100% agree. B. Fry says, no, if a crime is proven, it's not okay. I hear you. Okay. Tara says, what about them files they found in his garage? He was vice president and wasn't supposed to have all those documents at all. Or what about Hunter Biden's laptop? They had all that information about Joe Biden that he wasn't supposed to have at all. That the fool took to a pawn shop high on coke. God. Lynn says that's an admission on video, hard evidence in any court. Lynn says he's a goon, nothing more. And that's a fact. That's a fact. He is a goon. Joe Biden is a thug. Joe Biden is a thug. And that's what I find so hypocritical about the left, because everything that they accuse Donald Trump of, they ignore it from the people that actually do it. Joe Biden is a crook. He's a crook. The big guy. That Fanny is innocent? You believe that she's innocent? Be Fry, I need you to really understand what you're saying, because words matter. Words actually matter. You're saying you believe that she's innocent, or you believe that she shouldn't be disqualified. That's two different things. I'm trying to shoot you some bail here. Do you think that she's innocent because she did what she was accused of doing? So how can you think that she's innocent? How do you think that she's innocent? She did what she was accused of. Now, whether you think that she should be disqualified or not, whether you think that it's relevant for the case, you could debate about that. But how can we debate about whether she did what she did? I think you are the only one who believes that she's innocent. I think you are the only one who believes that she's innocent. And I'm not even gonna lie, I genuinely believe that, because she's not innocent. She's not innocent. You're not the only person out there that believes that she's innocent. You're just the only person here. I mean, I'm just saying. I'm like, whew, if it walked like a duck and it quacked like a duck. Quack, quack. Lynn says, did none of the idiots that laughed even wonder why Biden would care so much about a prosecutor in a land far away? Amazing. Never even crossed their minds. It's just, oh yeah. Yeah, it's just Joe Biden just talking. It's just him talking. Tara says, yes, B Fry. Yeah, that's what I thought. Oh, buddy. Man. Yeah, B Fry, I think you on your own, buddy. I'm not gonna lie, I think you're on your own. B Fry says, yes, she is innocent of the charges and should not be disqualified. B Fry, Tara says, B Fry, you can put some money on her books, yeah, because she gonna need it. She gonna need it when her and Nathan gotta pay back all that money that they stole. They gonna need it. They gonna need some money on their books. Lynn says, I don't know. I have ears and eyeballs. B Fry says, of those who think she is guilty in group, are y'all Republicans? Lynn says, LOL Tara. I'll just speak for myself. I'm not necessarily Republican. I've definitely become more conservative the worse the left has gotten. So I think I'm more like an independent conservative, I guess. Cause I don't vote just based off of Democrat, Republican. I vote based off of policy mainly. And yeah, it's just, I'm a conservative. So I have conservative values, but when I took the political alignment chart, I really came up down the middle. And I was left-leaning and right-leaning slightly based off of one question. And I took the test 2 days in a row. And one day I was right-leaning, and the other day I intentionally answered certain questions differently, and then I got left-leaning. So at the end of the day, I'm really right down the middle. I'm an independent. I'm just I have conservative values. And it's just that of course, that's going to lead me to align with people who have conservative values, and it's going to cause me to align with people, it's going to cause me to align with people more on the Republican side. So even though I'm not necessarily a Republican, as in part of the Republican Party, I am a conservative. And that just, I didn't used to be as conservative as I am, but the older I get and the more I see that the country is going topsy turvy, then yeah, I've been pushed into true conservatism. That's the truth of the matter. B Fry says, "What about you, Lynn and Tara?" mm. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I wonder what he's trying to get at. I'm curious. Tara Harris says, "B Fry, you're funny." Yeah, he is. He's indeed funny. Yeah, he's funny. You need to get Michaela on here too. Yeah, I know she remembers. Wow. B Fry. Yeah, B Fry, you funny though. I ain't gonna lie. But I get what I get where you coming from. You know what I mean? It's just Tara Harris says she is an independent conservative too, B Fry. Yeah, B Fry, you funny. You funny. Um, yeah, yeah, I'm not. I don't want no parts of that. Lynn says libertarian forced to vote Republican. So yeah. So what was the reason why you asked that question, B Fry? What were you expecting? You was expecting because nobody said Republican. So I'm wondering what was the hook of the question? What was the hook of the question? B Fry is funny. It made me laugh a little bit. Oh, come on, man! I want to know the. I want to know the hook. I want to know the hook. What? So what would you have said if we all said that we were Republican? Because nobody did. We all said that we vote Republican, but nobody actually said that they're Republican. So what was the what was the point? Um, the B Fry says because we also differ on party affiliation. I mean, yeah, don't take this the wrong way. I don't mean anything personal by that, but I think we could tell that. You know, I think we could tell that. But yeah, I think that's usually how it goes. Though I think people that like are independent usually as an independent thinker, like I know because me, I don't base my thoughts and opinions based off of what other people go. I'm not part of go along get along gang, and I gotta keep saying that because you know what I mean. Y'all just getting to know me. Y'all don't know me from a can of paint. I'm not part of the go along get along gang. So it's like party affiliation. I mean, I personally think that the whole Republican Democrat thing is just overrated in general. So I mean, that's not really like the end all be all or a big deal to me. I mean, it's just a party. It doesn't really speak to what your values are because you can be a Republican that has liberal values, or you could be a Democrat that has a conservative Democrat. You know what I mean? I don't think that party affiliation really speaks to that. But if you notice, Lynn is libertarian, but I mean, none of us really fall into the straight Republican category. That's you know what I mean. So yeah, that's why I was asking. Um, Tara says, I can listen to the other side though. Everyone has their opinions. Yeah, and that's how I am. But that's really how I actually got more conservative, because I actually started listening to conservatives instead of just passing judgment on people, listening to what people pass judgment on. Because if you actually pay attention, and like listen to your family talk about Republicans or conservatives, or you know what I mean, people like that aren't with that wokeness. Listen to how they talk about them, and when you really actually listen to the things that they think they say or they think about Republicans or conservatives, they don't actually understand anything about Republicans or conservatives. They don't actually understand how they think, what motivates them, what they like, what they enjoy. They don't. They just, oh, they're just racist. Oh, they're racist. Oh, the party of racism. Oh, they want to oppress you. You know, oh, they want to oppress. It's sad. It's sad. B. Fry says that may be the motivating factor of our difference in how we feel about Fanny. No, I don't think that is. I think that you're excusing her bad behavior. Just to be simple, like I hate to be short about it, but I think that that's just what it is. I think you're excusing her bad behavior, and I'm not gonna say that it's because she's black, but I'm not gonna say that that's why you're doing that. I'm just gonna say that that's how it looks, that you're defending her because it may be some race loyalty there, but yeah, I don't think party affiliation has anything to do with right, wrong, more or ethical, not ethical. I don't think that it has anything to do with that. That's just the truth. Lynn says, regardless of what happens with Fanny, she can no longer be effective in that position without having complete public trust. She can't stay. I agree. Tara says Fanny thought that she sat sorry, I'm tired. Fanny thought that she sat above God, and that arrogance and greed took her down. Our God is a jealous God. Nobody is above him. That's true. That's true, and it's a lot of like idolatry going on, and I've noticed that especially within the black community. Black community is just desperate for idols. It's desperate for idols, and then they put these people either on the same level as God or they put them above God, and you wonder why all these people crash and burn. Real talk. B Fry says that's why it's a question, because I don't know, y'all. I was just checking. I mean, like, yeah, I mean, I get it. That's why I was just trying to explain it well. B Fry says it appears to be so evident that there is no evidence. It baffles me that y'all can't see her innocence. Well, I mean, by that same token, it baffles me that you see her innocence when she's clearly in the wrong. By that same token. I feel you. Our conversation is opinion based. I don't think it is opinion based though. That's the thing. I don't think it is opinion based. Um, Tara Harris says, "Agreed, Lynn. She has lost the public trust." Yeah, no. Yeah, she's the only person that doesn't know that though. She doesn't know that. She still thinks she's doing God's work. She doing God's work. She's doing God's work. Fanny. Ooh. Fanny is doing God's work. God help us. Fanny is If Fanny is doing God's work, God help us. B. Fry says that she will be cleared and reelected. Ooh. Yeah, I just don't know about that, man. I don't know about it. I don't know about it. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, it's just, yeah. I just want to say, by the way, while I got the chance, I just want to say that I appreciate all you guys for your comments. I appreciate you guys for stopping through for real, because like I keep saying, you could literally be anywhere in the world, but you chose to like kick it with me and come have dialogue and conversation with me, and I'm like genuinely grateful for that. I'm genuinely grateful for that. You could be anywhere. You could be anywhere tuned in to anybody, but you tuned in here. You kicking it with me, and I need you guys to know that I sincerely appreciate you. Like real talk, I sincerely appreciate you, and you guys definitely you definitely helped the show. You definitely helped the show go by easier. You know, I had I had a plan and it kind of went off the rails, but I kind of like that though. I like that it went off the rails because this is fun. This is fun for me. B. Fry says, move over, step aside, bow down, and watch this queen take her rightful place on her throne. What makes Fanny a queen? What makes Fanny a queen? What makes Fanny a queen? What about her exudes the essence of royalty, of class, of elegance? What about her represents anything other than a power-hungry woman that just wants to be what about her as a queen? I don't see that. What I see is a hyena in a dress. That's what I see. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry if that offends people, but I don't see that. I see a hyena in a dress. Golly, I just don't see it. I don't see it. Lynn, I agree with you. It's gross. It's gross. Every time Fanny opens up her mouth, it's just whatever femininity she had, it just goes out the window. There's nothing queen about Fanny. I'm sorry. There's nothing queen about sleeping with married men. There's nothing queen about lying and acting a fool in public. There's nothing queen about Fanny. There's nothing queen about that. B. Fry says, I like it when you become passionate. I'm going to help you get back to reality. Good luck. Good luck. I broke free from that matrix. I don't think I'm going back. I don't think I'm going back. Lynn says, queen of the home wreckers. Yeah. Yeah, she is. She's a home wrecker. She's a home wrecker. Oh man. I've been holding off passing that, giving her that title, but based off of what we know, so what we now know, she's a home wrecker. She's a home wrecker, and that's what I mean. It's just she's not innocent. She's not innocent. The way she will perform while so many people are spitting venom on her, her success will be her evidence of queendom. But people aren't spitting venom on her. People are just telling the truth. And the truth is that she was just doing wrong. She was doing wrong. She was doing wrong. Didn't nobody make her sleep with a married man? Didn't nobody make her hire that married man? Didn't nobody make her pay that married man $500,000 more than his co-workers? Didn't nobody make them lie to the courts about what they were doing? Didn't nobody make Fanny do anything? No, time will not tell, Be Free. Time will not tell, because guess what? We know these things to be true. They've been confirmed. It's not hearsay. It's not just gossip. This is things that have been confirmed. They've been confirmed. I didn't mean to skip over you, Lynn. I'm sorry. Lynn says she was dumb enough to say she kept cash in her home from campaign donations. And so many investigations, so little time. Facts. I told you. She kept the money from her campaigns, and she was saying that she went into that campaign money in order to pay back Nathan Wade or to make cash payments to people. That's illegal. You can't do that. You can't do that. It's illegal to use campaign funds. Is it illegal to use campaign funds for personal expenses? Oh shit! Oh shit! Look here, B Fry. Look here, B Fry. The Federal Election Campaign Act, as amended in 2002 by BCRA, provides that a contribution or donation accepted by a candidate or holder or the holder of a federal office may not be converted by any person to any personal use. Sounds illegal to me. Sounds like you can't do it to me. B Fry says he put in more hours. Yeah, like the 24 hours that he billed in one day. The 24 hours that he billed in one day. 24 hours. He worked a full 24 hours. B Fry says, keep your eye on the success. I think he's trolling. Lynn says, so unethical, and I agree. It's very unethical. B Fry says she said campaign money, in which $50K was her own money. Oh. You keep saying that, but it's campaign money. Once it's become campaign money, it doesn't matter if she used it for it doesn't matter if she was the one who used it. It's campaign money. You can no longer use it. What I read was, I'm sorry, man. What I read was pretty it was pretty clear what I read. You can't use campaign money for that. You can't. Lynn says she's a world-class liar. Lynn says, I think it's a felony. Yeah, you absolutely can go to, I think it is too. You absolutely can go to prison for that. There are people that have gone to jail for that. So I don't know what B Fry is talking about. That's not something that you can just do and get away with. B Fry says that task took 24 hours. He explained that. Go back and watch. Yeah, the point is he explained that it was the date completed. That's what he kept saying. Kept saying that 24 hours was the date completed. But there are other records. If you went watch that, there are other financial statements where multiple dates were given. Multiple dates were given. Multiple dates were tracked when there were days where he worked multiple days. On that day, he worked 24 hours. And they even brought it up. The Senate brought it up. It's impossible because guess what? There was only like a day window. There was only a day window. So he only had about 2 hours to build 24 hours. I mean, 2 days. He only had 2 days to build the 24 hours, but it was the 4th and the 5th. He had the 4th and the 5th to build those 24 hours. So you're expecting me to believe that Nathan worked 2 12-hour days. 2 12-hour days. Why wouldn't he just bill for each day? Every other task completed on the list showed that it was a task completed. It's just, oh my goodness gracious. Like, just, it's crazy how people can watch the same thing and just completely get 2 different outcomes out of it. It's just astounding. B. Fry says the bottom line is we will have to see the results of this. You don't have to see the results in order to know something is right or wrong. That's not what we're not even talking about the results. We're just talking about how unethical and morally wrong what she's been doing, what all of them have been doing is. Lynn says the money is supposed to go back to the donors if it's not used. That's a fact. It's a fact. There are people that get in trouble with GoFundMe, that kind of stuff all the time. Remember Brick Lady? Excuse me. No, B. Fry says, just remember, watch, and then discuss. I hear you, man. What am I incorrect about? What am I incorrect about? What am I incorrect about, B. Fry? What am I incorrect about? Seriously. I'm bad for the silence, guys. I'm just, just trying to give him a give him a chance. Just I want to understand what I'm incorrect about. As regards to these charges, she has done nothing wrong. I mean, like I said, at the end of the day, it's not my money that she stole. It's not my money that she stole. I don't have no dog in that fight. But just because you're being willfully ignorant to what the charge, to what she's actually being accused of, and you're not the only person. That senator that you like so much, he was doing it too. So it's not. If you were just like she doesn't deserve to be disqualified, or if she that the wrong that she did is just not as bad, then I would feel like that's way more genuine. But just to be like she's done nothing wrong, that's incorrect. That's incorrect. That's incorrect. If you think that she hasn't done anything wrong, then I hate to say it, but I would hate to see how you would operate a business, or how you would run a business. And I'm not saying that to be like mean or anything like that, but how would you operate a business? How would you handle a conflict of interest between your employees? How would you handle being in a situation where there might be a conflict of interest with you? How would you handle that? Like that's what I'm saying. This stuff actually, if we're being honest, these conversations prove a lot about Black culture. They prove a lot about Black culture, and they prove why I say that Black culture is trash. And that's the truth. It proves that, because it's not even so much about what Fanny does. It's the people's response to what Fanny does. Fanny's bad. Fanny is bad. But black people, the black community, you give her a pass for nothing. You give her, this lady don't care about you from a can of paint. Probably wouldn't even spit on you if you was on fire. But you care that much about her. As regards to legality of these charges, she is innocent. And this is what I'm talking about. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? The judge has ruled. I'm not going to say he didn't rule. The judge vocalized the consensus that money exchanged hands. That's what she's being accused of. That's what she's being accused of. She's being accused of financially benefiting from being in a relationship with Nathan Wade or hiring Nathan Wade for this Trump case. That's what she's being accused of. She's not innocent of that. She didn't do it. I mean, she did it. You can't sit there and just be like, she didn't do that. She did it. She did that. They have paper trails. She got the money. She got paid. She benefited from Nathan Wade making money doing a job that he wasn't qualified for. She did that. She did what she's accused of doing. Now, the question is whether she should be disqualified from that. Now, if you wanted to talk about disqualification, then yes, that'd be different. But she did what she's accused of. She did what she's accused of. And to sit there and act like she didn't is, like I said, it's willful ignorance. It's willful ignorance. I don't care if you're saying, I'm not trying to be mean. I don't care if you're saying that it's not true. You could say that, that's your opinion. That's your opinion, but you don't have any evidence to say that of the contrary. While on the contrary, there is substantial evidence to prove that she did. That's the truth. I'm sorry. Just because you say that she's innocent or you say something isn't true doesn't mean that she's innocent, and it doesn't mean that what you're saying is true. That's not how the world works. That's not how the world works. And B. Farrar says, we are not monolithic. All people are different regardless of race. But that doesn't mean that we can't overlook the culture. It doesn't mean that we can't overlook the culture. And yeah, I'm genuinely not. Like, I'm genuinely not. I sincere, like, I never want to come across like that. I'm not trying to be mean or nothing like that. But it's just like, come on, man. Just because you say that doesn't make it true. But yeah. You're right, though. I mean, you're absolutely right. We'll see in a week. We'll see in a week. But on that note, it's almost 4 hours, guys. So I'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully, we'll get through these documents. Get through this document and see what Fani Willis had to say. And on that note, guys, make sure you check out my panel. It's going to be on Sunday. We're going to have a panel, and we're going to be discussing Black culture and its treatment of classy women. That's what I want to talk about. And I want to talk about how Black culture in the community overlooks people. It overlooks them. But on that note, be sure to check it out, and I'm gonna go ahead and sign out. But yeah, I appreciate you guys for watching, and kicking it with me. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. Check out, like I said, check out the panel on Sunday, especially for like you women that feel overlooked. Like I'm tired of it. I'm personally tired of it. I don't want to see classy women overlooked for these promiscuous 304s, and I don't want to. I'm tired of it, and I need you to know. I need you to know that at the end of the day, there are people that see you being great. I need you to know that. I need you to know that there are people that see you being great. Now I'm gonna go ahead and read the last of these comments. Lynn says Fanny's a grifter like her daddy. I believe that. B Fry says, okay, bro, thanks. Lynn with the hearts. B says, thanks, Lynn, True, and Tara. Man, yeah, I mean, thank you for real. Lynn and Tara, y'all been dope. Maria, you were dope too. Didn't see Michaela in the chat, but you know, she's dope too. B Fry, you dope too. Even if you definitely be getting me amped. But you know, that's a good thing, though. It's great content. I appreciate you. Seriously. Lynn says, thanks, B. Yeah, man, it's all love, man. It's just conversations and debates. That's all I want. Like, no hard feelings, like at all. Seriously, no hard feelings at all. But on that note, like I said, I appreciate you guys. You could have been anywhere, but you chose to rock out with me, and so for that, I am grateful. I am J Red Unfiltered, and I'm going to be signing out now. So hope you guys have a great night. Thanks.